I'm glad you're having a great time with this series. Love you.
Tongue, everybody. I hate it. I don't even know what it means. Germans, help me out. I say as I am 75% German. Ass tongue, baby. Oh god. Ash tongue. Ash tongue. Whatever it means. Here, I'm gonna Google it. I should Google what it means. Translate. Ash tongue. Danger? Wait, danger? It means danger? Oh god. It's like attention. Oh, like danger, danger, like watch out. Attention. Okay. Damn, okay. Well, I learned something today. Now I know what he's actually saying. Wait, wait, I just realized, wait, I closed the tab, but I want to hear how it's like supposed to be pronounced. Oh, come on. Hold on. Ashton.
Achtung.
What?
Achtung.
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 Ashtung. Who cares? Nope. Achtung. I'm learning. Achtung! Did you know that the Ambi plushie is getting ever closer to hitting our pledge goal of 200? We are at 154 supporters now. 77% of the way with 6 days left to go. Can you believe it? We're getting there. 46 more people. And then the plushie can actually happen. After that, I'm hoping to sell 400. That's a very big stretch goal, but it would be cool.
Pikes Peak Audio tipped $5. Achtung. This is German for attention, careful or watch out.
Watch out!
Luca Pochima tipped 5 Swiss francs. Klavier and Achtung also means like beware or be cautious, attention, something like that.
I very much like that both of y'all donated $5 to explain that. Thank you. That is dedication when 2 different people at the same time do it. Thank you guys so much for the $5 donation each. I really appreciate that. Hello, everybody! Achtung! Welcome to the stream. Achtung!
More Ace Attorney Lou.
Yes, more Ace Attorney, my favorite game series to play now. Sorry, Yakuza, step aside. Lori, thank you so much for the 5-month, or no, 48-month resub. No, sorry, I'm on the wrong person. Lori, thank you so much for the 5-month resub. Leo for the 48-month resub. John Brownlee, thank you so much for the 3-month resub. Big Meta, thank you so BLK, oh my god, Meta, thank you so much for the 6-month resub. Thank you guys, I appreciate the support. I hope y'all are doing well. Yeah, we've come a long way with the plushie. I think it was we had a lot of people coming in from my advertisement I put in for the You Laugh You Lose video this week. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. It's gonna be hard to push more pledges at this point, but I'm gonna keep trying, man. I'm gonna keep trying. We gotta get to 200 to make it happen. I'm honestly amazed that we already got to 154. You love my content. Thank you so much. That's so sweet. Oh, Alan and drawing. Oh, I cannot wait to see this. I really can't wait to see this. You want to make a blue badger plush? Do it. What's stopping you?
Apollo Trilogy. I'm excited. Thanks to Crystal converting her community into Ace Attorney.
Converting? No, we added the Ace Attorney community, not converted. We still got Yakuza fans in here. We still got Persona fans in here. We haven't changed. We just add. Oh, you don't know it. Oh, you know. Let's just say the blue badger head in the background. If you don't know, it's yeah, it's a body pillow. It's a body pillow. No, I hate Yakuza and Persona now. Me too. What is that? Metaphor? Psh, I'm not excited at all about Metaphor. Bro, I'm gonna become like... Okay, right now I'm an Ace Attorney streamer, but we're gonna go really hard on Metaphor. I'm fucking excited for Metaphor. Alright? Dropping Ace Attorney. All of it. Metaphor is gonna be hype as fuck, and I'm so excited for it. She hates Atlas. It's true. I do. You're making the Phoenix's knit sweater? Oh my god. The one that has like the heart on it. That's so cute. Metaphor is easily the rest of the year for me once it's out. I'm very excited about Metaphor. I'm gonna do all I can to cover it as much as possible. The only thing is I only have 1 month to cover the game because, so it comes out like October 11th or 12th or something. I am leaving for Japan on November like 16th or something. Something along those lines. So, yeah, that gives me 1 month to cover Metaphor before my Japan trip. I think we should be fine. Rex, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. I really appreciate it. You're racing to finish the Apollo Justice trilogy before me. You got this. I feel like I'm playing pretty slow. Yeah, we're gonna have to keep Miles waiting until I return from Japan. But, you know, we save the good stuff for last. He's still like sitting right here. Look at him. He's just standing on the court table right now. I'm trying to angle it. There, look at him. He's just standing on the court table. Nobody can stop this man. I will see him again. In investigations. I will. I'm so happy that he just sits on my desk. I have never known such happiness. He's just standing there menacingly. Look at how handsome he is, guys. I feel like I should just showcase Miles every so often. Look at how handsome he is. I like how somebody on Twitter, I think, it tweeted at me a week ago or something, and they were like, have you seen Miles's fat ass? And I'm like, he don't have one. I mean, it's not a bad ass, but it's not like the world's best ass either. I'm like, you know, Although, dude, in the first game, whenever they do like the picture of the courtroom, I don't know why he got a serious dumpy in that specific courtroom picture, but no. Ass so flat that it's almost concave. It's all right. You know what? We still love Miles Edgeworth. It's okay. I'm playing way faster than most streamers. I'm playing for like only 3 or 4 hours, 5 days a week though. So that's about like, what, 20 hours of game time per week? I feel like that's really not a lot. Aw, thank you, Ashen. I've been enjoying it a lot so far. Apollo Justice has been, let's just say intriguing. I have a lot of questions, which may or may not relate to Phoenix Wright. It's not Kiryu's ass from Game 6. Dude, Yakuza 6, the Kiryu Dragon Dumpy. Jesus fucking Christ. Ain't nothing beats that. Jeez. Sheesh. Especially in the suit. Holy shit. Anyway. Kaito's ass? Oh, yeah. Shit. Both of them got dragon dumpies. Fuck. He do, man. He do. What does the plush for the pledge look like? That's the thing. We don't know what the plushie looks like until we hit the 200 pledges. I can just assure you that Makeshift makes very, very good plushies. It'll probably be as close to the picture on the pledge page as possible. Like, it's gonna look pretty much just like the picture. It's a little bit awkward in that sense, but that is how it works. We're at 157, y'all! Thank you so much! Just be rest assured they make very, very, very good plushies. I'm enjoying Apollo Justice a lot. Apollo is very sassy. Very, very sassy. The whole bracelet thing is extremely weird. You want to know one thing I thought of? I don't think I've mentioned it yet. I'm so sorry because like a lot of things float in my head that I realize that I don't say out loud. So I'm sorry. I've thought about the bracelet a bit. It kind of reminds me of like spiritual power type shit. So I'm like, what if it's... Okay, I probably shouldn't think of these types of things, but I do, okay? So I'm like, what if it's actually from the keyring, the Fae family? They make, so instead of like, in the first trilogy, you have like the Magatama. In this game, you have the bracelet. And that's why, like maybe Phoenix, because Phoenix was able to know right away, just by looking at Apollo, that he had these powers. Which is weird. He also knew that about Trilogy. So I'm led to believe that it's a specific item that they have that is given to them, maybe by the Faes, and that's why Phoenix knows about it. And that's why he trusts them so much. It's weird. I don't actually know if I'm cooking with that, but like, that's the only thing that I can think of right now, is that those items are imbued with some sort of magic that comes from the Fae family. So Phoenix gave it to Trilogy. Phoenix, I don't know how he would have given it to Apollo. Maybe through Kristoff? He could have given it to Apollo through Kristoff. That's a thing, because they did have a, let's just say, friendship. So these are thoughts that I have that I don't know if they'll actually go anywhere. I don't think... maybe it's just a game mechanic and nothing more, and I don't need to think too deeply into it, because like that's what the Magatama ended up being. The Magatama in the first game just ended up being, oh, I'm just a game mechanic. I have spiritual powers. They come from the Fae family. You know, like, Maybe it's just nothing more than that. I don't know, but I think that maybe there's a connection there. Maybe Maya imbued some items and then gave it to people around Phoenix. That's all I got. That's all I got. Me playing through this game has you appreciate Klavier more. Yeah, he's a guy. He's confusing. I keep thinking about him. I don't know why. Like, whenever I think about Klavier, I think about the relationship between Klavier and Kristoff, and what the fuck is that? That is so weird that these brothers are like polar opposites, it seems. It's weird. I think about that. I'm a Klavier enjoyer. I mean, he's fine. I like him. I like him. But I'm more concerned about his relationship with his brother. I don't know why that specifically perplexes me. How can you be so different? I guess that's only hard for me to understand because, like, I'm very close with my brother. We have a 7-year age gap. I think that's about the same as Kristoff and Klavier as well, with their age gap. But, like, it's weird. I'm very, very close with my brother. It's hard to believe that they also don't have a close relationship. But it's, you know, it's family stuff. You know, not everybody's close with their siblings. But they're polar opposites, it seems. So it's so weird. I don't fucking know. I think about them. You don't remember Klavier being this orange? I never really thought about it. I don't really look at it. Some of y'all are saying too much right now, so I'm just gonna start playing the game. I'm afraid to talk about my theories with looking at Twitch chat. So let's just play. I'm scared. I don't want to read too much. Anyway, moving on. I think Twitch chat is fine. It's YouTube that's being bad right now. Alright. Also, oh, I just realized I don't have the okay. I need to pin the merch at the top of the streams here. Okay. Where is it? I can't find the command. Oh my god, I have to scroll up so far. You know what? Don't mind me. I'm trying to pin it on the... Okay, there we go. Okay, pin... Sorry, I just want to make sure that the plushies are pinned. Okay, so now we can start. I think we're good? Okay. 158 supporters! Ah! Holy shit! Thank you guys so much for the plushie love. We're almost there. But yeah, I'm really interested. Like, I think because Phoenix is in this game, it's like really throwing me off, and I'm looking more at relationships between characters more and more. Like, what exactly is Trucy and Phoenix relationship? I mean, obviously, there is a very father-daughter vibe going on there, but there seems to be a little bit more that's not quite explained yet in the game. There's also, yeah, like I think about Kristoff and Klavier, Kristoff and Phoenix relationship, Apollo and Klavier relationship, although I don't think they knew each other beforehand. Like Phoenix and Miles knew each other before the courtroom. We haven't really gotten that with like Apollo and Klavier yet, but they might. I'm just doubting that they have a sort of history. And then I'm also thinking about like, what the fuck happened to Maya? I mean, she was really close with Phoenix as well, and she's also gone. Like, there's so many questions. There's so many questions in my head that it's actually kind of hard to focus on cases specifically. Like, the last case I struggled with just because I wasn't focused on what was happening in the case largely, which I think was apparent because I didn't really make any theories about the actual killing throughout the whole case. I don't think I made a single one. I'm just so distracted on like the overarching, like what the fuck is happening in this game, where the specific case to cases are like, I'm not even looking at it, man. Okay. Okay. So we left off mid-investigation yesterday. We examined fully the Gaviner's dressing room and the Lamiroir's dressing room, so we have yet to go to the stage, and I think that's where we left off. Let's go. You want the blue badger as an emote? It's right there! We have 7 TV for that, at least. Alright, this is looking pretty normal, I would say.
The stage looks empty.
I was hoping to get a chance to talk to Prosecutor Gavin.
Ah, well, nothing to do but go to the crime scene, I guess.
I guess. It's so quiet. Oh my god.
What a big stage! It's on a whole other scale than the Wonder Bar.
The lights were so bright I couldn't see the whole first part of the concert.
I'd love to do my act on a stage like this someday.
Just hold back on the lights for my eyes' sake, please.
You'll be too blinded by my magic to worry about lights.
You probably don't want to blind the audience if you plan on showing them magic. Oh no, not another step ladder. Ladder, whatever. Look! A ladder! I guess they need one to work on the lights and such.
Why don't they use a step ladder? I prefer step ladders, really. Is that so wrong?
Not wrong, just, well,
why do you prefer step ladders? They're so much more flexible than plain old ladders.
I prefer my ladders rigid and stable, thank you. Jesus Christ. Now that's a big instrument case.
That's a case for the contrabass, I think.
Contrabass, you could fit 20 violins in there, I bet.
It may look like a violin, but it's a completely different instrument.
You could fit 5 trussies in there, I bet.
Hey, are you comparing me to an instrument? I wonder who left it sitting open like that.
The Lorelei. Yeah, no, I don't know.
I don't fucking know. Wow, that piano looks much bigger close up. Machi played so beautifully.
Yeah, like a real pianist.
That's just silly, Apollo. How can you call someone as good as Machi a pianist? Why, that's like throwing him in the same class as Daddy.
Good thing Mr. Wright didn't hear that one. Look at all these electronic devices. I'm guessing they have something to do with sound.
Why guess when we can fiddle? Let's see here. Don't touch that! A healthy curiosity is the key to a good investigation. When in doubt, fiddle. That's what Daddy always says.
They should require parental testing, clearly. They kind of do. Don't they do that when you adopt somebody? They do, like, background checks on the parents? I don't know. Maybe they don't. I've never looked into adopting at all or ever. I don't know that process. I just assumed, like, you would do that. Wait, what? That's all there is to see? Now what do we do? Huh? I thought we would find something, anything. Did I miss something? I apparently missed something. Pretty sure I investigated all of the body stuff pretty good. This happy music with the dead body, man, what a fucking fantastic combo, am I right? Two bites of the watermelon? That's it? Bro, watermelon's my favorite fruit. I would have devoured that shit. Absolutely demolished it. Oh no, I'm stuck. That means I didn't investigate something. Holy shit.
I thought I fucking did.
What do you mean I didn't investigate something? Watch it be like something so small that I'm missing. You know what? I have a feeling it might be the body. Okay, let me go see the body. Nothing. Alright, but it says there's a check mark on the body, so that would imply that I got all of it. Watermelon's just nothing but eat water? It's sweet water, what's your point? What the fuck, bro? I'm pretty sure I got everything. Like, huh? Yeah, you got the happy music. Maybe I'm supposed to present something to Emma? Maybe that's what I'm missing here. So this is the murder weapon? This revolver is incredibly heavy. It's been fired twice. You can still smell the gunpowder. That's odd. What's odd? Oh, nothing. Hey, no fair! Tell us! Just something about this revolver seems strange. Strange? Oh, I never looked at it! Is there a problem? It's a gun. Yikes, don't point that thing at me! Don't worry, I'm an old hand with firearms. I have one that shoots bullets. I don't want it shooting any bullets, thank you! Not those bullets, silly. My gun shoots bullets, the magic cat. Oh my god. A cat comes out of a gun. I can tell by your expression you've never heard of that trick. It's a great one. Honestly, that one sounds halfway interesting. The middle of the weapon is a revolving chamber. That's where you load the bullets. A revolver. Revolver. Oh, that sounds a bit like Wonder Bar. Especially if you say it really fast. Revolver, Wonder Bar. No, Trucy. Okay. I guess. You know what I used to think? I used to think that the closest sound to Wonder Bar was one liver. What? There's just so many words in the world, Apollo. Isn't it amazing? So many different words, so many different people. People like Trucy. Wonder Bar, revolver. Wonder Bar, revolver. Wonder Bar, revolver. Ambi Plushy. Oh my god, Ambi Plushy, it sounds just like it. Chat, did you know that the Ambi Plushy needs pledges and is available right now for the $2 pledge? Anyway. Sorry, I had to. Sorry. I can't comment on anything that's not scientifically relevant. Damn, we didn't get her. Okay, maybe I was supposed to... No? I'm really confused. Okay. So maybe that's all I needed to do with her? Was the weapon thing? What do you think about this revolver? Well, it's pretty big and heavy. That's right, it's a .45 caliber. That makes it one of the deadliest revolvers around. Even the police don't carry guns this big. Really? Yeah, doesn't make sense. You don't need so much power to kill at such a close range. It's overkill. I'm not sure I see the problem. I mean, whenever I go out to eat curry, I order it extra spicy just to be sure it's spicy. Of course, I can only ever eat 1 or 2 bites. That's not a problem? There's another thing about a gun this big. It puts a lot of strain on the shooter. Yeah, say if you were to fire this revolver, the recoil would probably dislocate your shoulder. Ow! It's like the shooter's a victim too! Yep, the killer used this revolver, and quite well. I'm guessing whoever did it was used to shooting. Used to shooting a high-caliber weapon? Well, that's about it. I think we've looked at just about everything there is. I guess you're right. I know how you're feeling. It is hard to know when to stop. But anything more involved has to wait until the squad gets here. Ugh, I suppose. I'll go report the evidence. Sorry, but could you wait here till I get back? Huh? Oh, actually, we have to, Great, thanks! Oh. She left.
What do we do, Apollo? She told us to wait.
Great. Now how am I supposed to investigate?
Oh, well, I guess it can't be helped. Let's go!
Huh? Go.
Time's a-wasting, Apollo. We've got a lot of ground to cover.
Well, that's true, but on second thought, why not? You know what? I'm sure everything will be fine. Oh my god, famous last words. This is gonna go so bad.
Of course it will! Let's go!
Oh god. This is not a good idea, chat. This is not a good idea. Oh no. Jesus Christ. Hi.
We didn't just imagine that, did we?
He was wearing a silk hat. Friend of yours?
Hardly.
Whoever that was, he sure looks suspicious. That's all? That's all we get? Go back in the room! Go back in the room! I just had to make sure. I'm scared. There's a guy running around. An unauthorized guy running around. I'm like scared, dude. Oh, there you are. What is it with today? Problems after problem. Axe tongue. You ain't kidding.
It's the two leading members of the Cavaliers, Apollo. Klavier on vocals and Daryan on guitar. They're so cool!
I have a hard time thinking of Klavier as anything but a prosecutor, honestly.
Huh? What are they arguing about?
Probably the case, I'd bet. My hog won't start, my guitar case is busted, my guitar's been burnt to a crisp, and to top it all off, someone's dead. He's having a fucking bad day, bro. I'm sorry, I shouldn't be laughing at your pain. And then there was that performance just now. What was that all about? Hey man, don't blame me. You were the one who missed a cue. Me, miss a cue. How could I conceivably get the most important part of that song wrong? How? And what was all that tinny playing of yours? Who you calling tinny?
Sounds like they're having a spat. One of those differences in musical direction bands are always spitting up over. This is hardly the time.
Hmm? Hey, what are you two doing here? Hiya! Really? His tune changed real fast. We were just discussing the investigation, if you don't mind. Yeah, okay. Sorry, wait, you were what? Listen, you need to confirm that with the Republic of Borgina. Detective Crescent? Anything else? What did he just call him? Detective. Is this band a real band? Ah, greetings. Daryan Crescent, Criminal Affairs Division 3. What? Hello. Criminal Affairs?!
Apollo, you really don't know anything about the Cavaliers, do you?
Something tells me that I'm about to be that's about to be remedied. What? Hey, Klavier, have you seen my badge? Air forehead? Yeah? Understand that I'm not Prosecutor Gavin now. I'm a lead vocal of the Gaviners. Oh. Okay. That badge sings a different song on a different stage. Right, I wish I had an alter ego to hide behind sometimes. whatever, bruh. Alright, about the crime. Which crime do you mean? What? The murder! What else? Oh, that. What do you mean, which other crime? There's another crime! For me, today has been a hit parade of crimes, you see.
Prosecutor Gavin was singing the blues earlier, wasn't he? Something about his hog and his guitar case.
Anyway, I'm afraid you know more about the killing of Mr. Lettuce than I do. For now, at least. Wow. Huh? You were the one that found the body, yeah? While we were in the middle of a performance, no less.
Aren't you going to examine the crime scene, Prosecutor Gavin?
I'll leave that to Fraulein Detective. Wouldn't want to step on her toes.
They're not exactly best buddies, are they? Emma and Prosecutor Gavin, I mean.
Well, what to do next? We've already checked out the scene. Prosecutor Gavin may be right. We might be the most informed for once.
Maybe Prosecutor Gavin can shed some light on things that we found.
Oh boy.
I don't believe you, Apollo. How can you come to this concert and not know about the Gaviners?
It's not surprising. Well, why even our ancestors knew nothing of America's existence once.
What? Kinda? Woo! Okay. I know America exists. Gaviners aren't just an average rock band, Apollo. Each member is connected to the police somehow.
Yeah, I was afraid of that.
The real police. By day, they pack heat, but by night, they heat up the stage. By day, those lips interrogate, and by night, they sing songs of unrequited passion. Okay. They debuted 7 years ago with 13 years hard time for love.
That is so connected. 7 years ago? 7 years ago?
Then came Love with No Chance of Parole, and My Boyfriend is the
prosecution's witness? What? Whoa! I feel like this is like a... Okay, I feel like this is a lot to unpack. Ain't no way this is a coincidence, right? Like, ain't no way! There's some juicy shit in here! What? 13 years hard time for love? Math. 17? So, okay, hold on. And then came Love with No Chance of Parole. And My Boyfriend is the prosecution's witness? Who? I'm trying to think of, like, who this is referring to. These have to be, like, insinuating something. I'm gonna figure this out. Okay, My Boyfriend is the prosecution's witness. They debuted 7 years ago. Is it referring to that trial that made Phoenix get fired? Leave? Being a lawyer? Are they referring to that? That's like the same timeline. The prosecution's witness? My Boyfriend is the prosecution. Okay, I'm logging this in the back of my mind. I'm logging this in the back of my mind. I'm not gonna forget this. Actually, better yet, we're gonna screenshot it. No! I lost it. Fuck. Hold on. I got this, y'all. Okay, they debuted 7 years ago. Okay. Got it. It's very important information. I need to figure this out, y'all. I need to. I'm going to figure it out.
The list of hits goes on and on.
This year's my right-hand man, Daryan Crescent. I make the melodies and he attacks them with his guitar. He's a bit of a rogue, really. This guy's a bit of a perfectionist. When a performance goes the least bit wrong and he goes into this funk just like today. I'd hope murder would be a bit more off-putting than a ruined concert. The concert today? A disaster. I'll get to the bottom of this and then we'll see who's missed a cue.
The Miss Q? They were arguing about that before.
Great! I love nothing more than questioning tormented artists.
What's this Miss Q you keep talking about?
Ah, you heard it, didn't you? From the audience?
Actually, I didn't notice anything.
See, no amateur is gonna pick up on that. Can you guarantee an entire audience of amateurs? No. Now take a listen to this.
What's that?
A mixing board. We used it to record our concert tonight. Aren't we supposed to be investigating a murder?
Well, we've come this far. Might as well go all the way. I've always wanted to learn about the recording industry.
All right. We're getting lessons now. This is but one of the devices used in recordings. We're a 5-part band. This lets us record each member's performance separately. You use the sliders to adjust the volume for each part. Check it out.
Wow, neat! So could you say hear only the drum part?
Of course. That's how we'll find the criminal guilty of missing his cue tonight. I'm more concerned with the other criminal, you know, the one who kills people. You want help on the case, then help me with mine. Okay. Guess rock and roll comes before prosecuting. First, we bring up the part of the performance in question. You simply choose the section of the song you wish to hear on the uppermost bar, like so. There it is. Now, listen.
Was something wrong?
You couldn't hear it? Listen again, closely. I'm bad with hearing things.
The timing's a little off, isn't it?
Oh. I noticed that. You see? There, right at the most important part. And even an amateur can hear it. Yeah. An amateur with a mixing board, maybe. You're missing the point! We'll never stamp out crime until we're perfect. Perfect! Here he goes again. Right, Air Amateur, you will prove my point. Air Amateur? You'll find the mixed cue. You'll tell us which instrument, which part is the guilty party. I will? Can I not? Did I not just explain it? Move the sliders to adjust the volume. Then you'll find the part that hopelessly bungles the cue. You'll find it with your untrained amateur eye.
Nothing to do but try, Apollo.
I guess. I'll admit this looks kind of fun. I'll admit it kind of doesn't. Oh boy. All right, we got this, chat. That sounds perfectly fine and on beat. I don't understand. That sounds disgusting. Huh? It's like they just gave up at the end. They're like, brr, 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 brr. Like just keyboard smash. What? Okay, that's pretty sus. It's better if I close my eyes. Okay, that sounds normal. Okay. That's also questionable, but sure. I think that's supposed to be like that, though. That's normal. I don't know. Maybe whoever plays the piano? Wait, that would actually make sense, wouldn't it? Because I'm already sussing out the child, who's the blind little boy or something. He's already sus. That makes sense, right? Take that! I don't know if I got it. Air forehead? Let me guess. You got a D in high school chorus. I actually didn't. I got an A, but fuck off. This part is perfection. Absolute perfection. I've bet all the rules is my last platinum selling album on it. The guilty part is elsewhere. Focus, Apollo. I'll cheer you on. Actually, it's probably better if you stay quiet. Let's give this another shot. Oh boy. It resets. So I have to get the next section. So, okay. So the section 1, section 2, section... Okay. They're implying that it is the last section, though. That is the locate the missed cue. Oh god. I thought I was good with music, honestly. Oh. I can't have all of them on. That just fucks me up. No, I need one at a time, bro. One at a time. One at a time. Sounds so bad. I hate that ending so much. This seems fine. I don't understand. I don't think it's 1, because that would imply that Klavier sucks. Wait, does he have special dialogue for that? Because I'm pretty sure he's the one that plays the... Oh no, he's vocals. Wait, no. He plays the guitar. I'm gonna accuse him, if I'm thinking of it right. Does he say anything different? No. I thought he would say something different if I, like, accused him of sucking. Okay. So this is the, what, the bass? The bass is so quiet. That also sounds like shit. Can I accuse this one? Like, it sounds like a... fucked up.
Take that!
Got him! Second guitar. It was you, Daryan! Looks like the cat's out of the bag. Ah, well, that's all you have to say. That attitude lets killers walk free, Daryan. Here they go again. Maybe it wasn't such a good idea to ask about the concert. It's starting to feel like we're just wasting time.
It's all experience under our belts. That can't be bad.
I still can't get over the title for that song. Guilty Love? Oh boy. I'm not in the mood to talk about that right now. Even I can only take so much in one day. Funny, I always thought Prosecutor Gavin is one of those cool stoic types. The sort that never complains. How wrong was I? When he's serious, man, like he's fucking serious. Sorry, but okay. I wrote those lyrics, you know. He wrote them? Though it was Lamiroir who gave them life. Oh.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Maybe I should try to write some song lyrics someday. Apollo? He doesn't even want to look at the gun? I was wondering if you knew anything about this. Does it look familiar? Familiar? It's mine. That's my keyring. Oh. What? I've been looking all over for it.
What? This is yours, Mr. Gavin?
I knew it.
Apollo! How can you make that I knew it face? This is the keyring that was...
Yeah, I know. Thanks, anyway. So, where did you find it? The victim was holding it. Like he was trying to keep it from the killer, even if it meant his life.
What?
The victim? You mean Mr. Lettuce had my keys? Indeed. When will my trials be over?
Speaking of trials, I've never heard Mr. Gavin whine in court like he has been today.
Emma was right about the fop, I'll give her that.
Apollo! Mr. Gavin, maybe we can help. Tell us about your troubles today.
I really don't think that's...
Tell us. And we'll keep mum about the keyring for now.
Are you blackmailing me, Fraulein?
Goddamn!
Shit! Trocy! You were saying something about your motorcycle not starting?
And something about your guitar case being busted?
You're well informed.
You mentioned it a few times.
It all happened this morning. It's all this keyring's fault. It's got all my keys on it, yeah? My bike key, my car key, the key to my guitar case.
Wait, so this keyring...
It disappeared. And I thought I'd put it in my jacket pocket. Prosecutor Gavin's keyring disappeared. I had to come to the concert by taxi. How embarrassing. And in order to get my guitar out, I had to break the lock. Wait, this guitar wasn't the one that... The very one. Up in flames. That's not a good look. And right on stage, too.
I actually thought that this was part of the show.
Crazy. And to top it off, Mr. Lettuce's life was taken. Nobody told me about days like these. Strange days indeed. You think? What's wrong, Trucy?
Well, I was just trying to make sense of everything. First, this heart-shaped keyring gets stolen, and then a very expensive guitar flares up on stage. And then Mr. Lettuce dies. Yeah, and? Could it all really just be a coincidence? Meaning? Daryan, can you make any sense of all this? Hey, don't look at me. What do you think, Apollo? Huh? I mean, either Mr. Gavin's having a really bad day, or all of this was planned.
You aren't thinking what I think you're thinking.
Are you, Fraulein? I am.
What? Hey, don't leave me in the dark with Spike here. The name's Apollo, but yeah, I agree. Don't leave us in the dark! What are you talking about?
Haven't you noticed a connection, Apollo? A curious connection between all of Mr. Gavin's troubles today?
Let's just play dumb for a second.
I haven't noticed. I just don't see the connection. Well, don't just give up. Give it a little bit more thought.
You don't mean this, do you? Wow. Okay, that's... The guitar serenade. What's that got to do with anything? It has everything to do with everything. Though I wouldn't have believed it if the Fraulein hadn't pointed it out. What are you talking about, man? Enough with the riddles! What the hell? Sorry. Missed a call. I wanted to make sure it wasn't important. What are you talking about, man? Enough with the riddles! Maybe it's just a coincidence, or perhaps it means something. Don't you think, Fraulein?
I do. Everything that's happened to Mr. Gavin today is predicted in the lyrics to the song.
No way! Alright, here we go.
Look, just think about everything that happened to Mr. Gavin. Let's list them in the order that they occurred, while reading this lyric sheet.
First, the keyring was stolen.
And not just any keyring, a heart-shaped keyring. That's right here.
When you stole away the keys, my heart... I remember this from yesterday. This is a heart holding keys.
And next, his guitar burst into flame. And then Mr. Lettuce was killed.
Like a bullet of love, fire, take my life away.
But that's crazy! Yeah, no kidding!
Everything that happened today here, this song predicted it all? Or perhaps it was the other way around. The criminal could have based their crime on the lyrics.
But who would go through all that trouble?
Someone who moves in mysterious ways, no doubt. I believe you've stumbled upon something quite vital and quite annoying, Fraulein. She looks pleased. The lyrics predicting the crime at Klavier? Seems a bit more than just a coincidence to me. I have to agree. The keyring, the guitar, the murder. The keyring might have been dropped by accident if the victim was holding it. Hard to think that it was unconnected. That's true. Prosecutor Gavin's as calm and collected as ever.
So the criminal matched their actions to the lyrics?
That sounds likely.
Why would anyone do that?
While we think about that, I'm gonna go crack it on the biggest crime here. I'm gonna talk to the Borginian embassy about this Mr. Latouche. Alright, thanks, Daryan. I'll leave the pondering of mysteries to you. I'm out of here. Shouldn't somebody else do that job? He's like the detective. So shouldn't the detective look at the crime scene, not look into a person's background checks? Like, I feel like you can make anybody else do that simple job, but like a detective, I feel like should not be. Okay, anyway. A foreign national, Mr. Lettuce, was killed. It seems like that would have to be the point of all this. But they did more than that. They left us with not only a murder, but a mystery.
Mr. Gavin sure is irritable today.
Maybe this is the real Prosecutor Gavin we don't get to see in the courtroom. I've had enough, frankly. If you find any more mysteries, do me a favor and keep them to yourselves, yeah? What? Really? Yeah. I guess this is all we're gonna get from Prosecutor Gavin. That leaves Lamiroir to question. Prosecutor Gavin, do you know where Lamiroir is right now? I had her go to my dressing room. With that pianist Machi Tobey, of course. She seemed rather shocked by Mr. Latous's sudden passing. The Gaviner's dressing room? Got it. Bye, Gavin. Everyone say bye, Gavin. Oh my god, Gavin! Oh my god, we love him so much! Bye.
There he goes again. Who is that guy? Trucy? You know, he did look sort of familiar.
So he's a friend of yours?
No, that's not it. Sorry, I don't remember.
Isn't he the guy that made her want to be a magician in the first place? Like the person that she looked up to?
Ah, Lamiroir!
Whoa! She's speaking English?!
What has happened? I heard that Mr. Latouche has died. Lamiroir, you speak?! I mean,
You speak English!
yes. I was invited here by the Republic of Borginia, but I am not Borginian by birth. But wasn't Mr. Lettuce your interpreter? Ah, that. Yes. Well, it was Mr. Lettuce's idea. He thought it would add to the mystery, you see.
Ooh, what is happening?
Then your pianist is also... No, Machi Tobey is Borginian. He does not speak English. Now please tell me, what has happened to Mr. Lettuce? Why did he... Actually, Mr. Lettuce was... Trucy! Remember what Prosecutor Gavin said? Not a word. But Mr. Lettuce is Lamiroir's manager. That's not fair to her. Isn't she a related party?
Precisely who Prosecutor Gavin doesn't want to alert, I suspect.
All we have been told here is to wait here in this room. It is very unsettling.
I'm sorry. We're trying to figure it out ourselves. Do you think I could ask you some questions?
Of course, I am always willing to help.
She's as calm as she looked on stage. I can't put my finger on why, but I like this Lamiroir. Oh, Apollo likes her.
What is it, Machi? Oh, but you'd be alone. What seems to be the problem? Machi, he is not good around strangers. He wishes to go out for a breath of fresh air. Would that be alright?
No. Say no! Coward.
Very well. What is it that you wish to ask me about?
Oh boy. We just let the killer go. Just kidding. I shouldn't accuse. He's 14. I shouldn't accuse a 14-year-old. Crystal, you're fucked up.
I've never even heard of it. I started out singing in the restaurant. Then a producer called me. Before I know it, here I am. You don't say. You know, my daddy plays piano in a restaurant.
Producers tend to look for talent, Trucy. Lamiroir, you're not from Virginia originally? Were you born here?
Well...
Oh, is that supposed to be a secret?
Image is everything when you're a star. I know a bit about that, of course. Yes, it is something like this. A contract, you might say. I am also not to speak anything but Virginian in public. Image is important, I guess. She's not all image, though. Her songs are lovely. A real landscape painter in sound.
A painter in what?
She travels the world, turning the sights she sees into music. That's the secret to your music's beauty, right? You're very perceptive. Oh, I use your songs all the time in my stage act. I don't have to pay royalties for that, do I?
Stop while
your head, Trucy! This landscape painter in sound too is an image. Yet without it, my songs cannot be so widely heard. They even call you the siren of the ballad. Yes, in Borginian, Lamiroir means the siren. I fear that perhaps already I am not the siren I once was.
Monka.
Your pianist, Machi, was it? He's cute, like a porcelain doll.
He's very European. They say European. What they mean is probably German. Oh wait, Borginia? No, Borginia doesn't exist. It's Germany. Germany is Borginia.
He is an orphan, yet his playing is exquisite. Soon he came to live with me. It's like a fairy tale almost.
I noticed he hardly leaves your side.
Yes, well, he is blind. At first I hesitated at dragging him across the world.
He doesn't speak English either, does he?
He had never left Virginia before we met.
Virginia, Germany.
I made his presence part of my contract. Machi and I together are Lamiroir. Together, always. Mr. Letouce was my new manager. Yes, from 3 months ago, around when I received Mr. Gavin's invitation to come. I met Mr. Letouce at my office. He was to be my manager and bodyguard, and as it turned out, my interpreter.
Interpreter, even though you speak English.
Yes, but we were to visit more places than just here. We had a concert in Japan scheduled after this one, though I fear that may have to be cancelled. Was Mr. Lettuce from the Republic of Virginia too? Well, he was only with me for 3 months. I'm afraid there is much I do not know about him, and now I shall never know. No one will ever even tell me why he has died.
Oh, I'm sorry. Prosecutor Gavin said we weren't to talk to anyone.
Mr. Letouce was a talented man. The siren of the ballad. That phrase was his idea, you know. I am happy for him that it has become so well known. Apollo?
You are the siren, right, Lamiroir?
That is the meaning of my name in Borginian, yes. It was the name my producer gave me, but why do you ask?
It's very important. I had to know for sure if the siren was you.
What do you mean important?
I'll tell you. You deserve to know. Oh god, are we actually... We're not supposed to say anything. It turns out that's a very important word in this case.
How?
When we found Mr. Lettuce, he was still alive. I heard him say something. His last words.
He said siren, really?
I was the only one there to hear it, but I'm sure that's what he said.
Mr. Letouce said that? Ask the witness.
And you're the siren, Lamiroir. Did you see what happened? Lamiroir?
Might I ask, are you with the police?
Oh boy. Well, no, I'm a defense attorney.
An attorney? Yet there have been no arrests, yes?
Is that a problem?
Does an attorney not work for a client? If you have no client, you should leave the investigation to the police, I think. But Lamiroir, I am sorry, but I cannot answer your questions. I am afraid you lack the authority to ask them.
Her lid switch real fast.
If she witnessed a crime, why won't she tell us? I believe we are through here.
I believe so. You want to see a gun? I'm not sure what to say. I wish I could help you. Certainly one of the most pleasant refusals I've had. You want to know what's funny? How I read these lyrics and interpret what's going on. I think that Mr. Romaine Lettuce was having gay feelings for Klavier Gavin. That's it. Solved the case. That's exactly what happened. I just choked. Why? Because I solved the case? Wow. You're that appalled that I just solved everything. Rude. Emma is 25 now. God, that's hard to believe. What ass did you pull that one out of? My same ass that I wear every day of my life since birth. He just really liked Gavin. It makes sense when you read the lyrics. It all makes sense. Burn my love away. All away. This isn't... See, the game wants you to think that this is about Lamiroir. No, 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 no. Romaine Lettuce burned the guitar because he wanted his own love to be burned away. He didn't want to end up cheating on Lamiroir. So he's always been in love with Lamiroir. They're in love, right? After, you know, only 3 months of meeting each other, apparently. But he was instantly in love. But he had to burn away the love of Gavin. He met Gavin and it was love at first sight. He's like, ah, shit, I think I'm bi now. And he has like a bi disaster, like crime going on in his head. And he decides that he needs to reenact these lyrics. So he sets up Gavin's guitar to burn so that it would signify his love of Gavin burning away so that he could shut that side of him, that bi disaster side, out of him so that he could be with Lamiroir. There you go. I solved the whole case and you can't say otherwise. I think it makes perfect sense. You know what's sad is like... You know what's sad is like, y'all might think to yourself right now, is she memeing? Is she just making this up to sound funny? And the honest answer is no. This is the first ass theory that comes to my head and I'm not even shitting you guys. Like, I am not memeing. This is actually the first idea that pops into my goddamn head. And I don't know if that just says a lot about me, but... Like, I'm 100% not shitting you. That is the first thing I think of. Ugh. I think that I am just a sad, sad person. Do you read a lot of AO3 or yaoi? Actually, no. Like, I do read fanfics on occasion, but not, like... regularly? I don't know. Like, whenever I'm feeling like it. But no, not really. Wait, I don't get to do anything else? Oh. So I'm not done with Lamiroir. We are not done with her. Back we go. Should I examine? Ah! Why is this different?
You see the words written upon the postcard? They say, a landscape painter in sound.
That's a nice image. Anything else? Anything to say about the lyrics? No? I'm an attorney! No reaction to my badge! Fuckface. Okay, this is yours. There we go. Does this brooch look familiar to you?
My brooch? Yes. Well, it may be mine.
Yours, Lamiroir?
I was wearing a brooch earlier, you see? I must have lost it.
Well, that explains the brooch we found. It was Lamiroir's.
Thank you. I was wondering where I dropped it.
So, this brooch belongs to her. That begs the question. Is something wrong, Apollo? What was this brooch doing at the crime scene? Now are we done? She's not gonna... We already talked about the other things. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that's what we were supposed to talk about. Should be done now. There we go. What? Who's there now?
Ah, it's you.
Where were you? Emma! Is something wrong? She looks grumpier than usual.
You bet something's wrong. The impossible's happened. It's all your fault, you know.
Maybe this is about us leaving the crime scene.
What do you mean by impossible?
Well, it's gone. Utterly gone. Did someone, like, move the body?
The body's stupid. What else? Mr. Lettuce's body has disappeared. What?
And how do you move a body? Ah, Prosecutor Gavin. From your vacant stare, I gather you've heard the news. I heard Mr. Lettuce's body has gone missing. Look for yourself. Quite the pickle. Quite the pickle.
How can you just stand there? We have to start the investigation.
There's no need for alarm, Fraulein Detective. All entrances and exits have been sealed. The body will not leave the building. So I suggest we go find ourselves a cadaver. There will be plenty of time to wonder the whys later.
Why is he so chill?
What? Why? The first thing I read in the YouTube chat is Emma step on me. That's a new one. I think I've heard that about almost every other character except for Emma. Good for you.
Well, you seem pretty sure of yourself, Mr. Gavin.
We'll find him. I'm rather enjoying this. Why are you enjoying this?
How could Mr. Lettuce's body just disappear? Well, you heard the man. Let's get searching.
Hey, I don't know if this is exactly the right time, but... Geeter's gone missing. It was in the dressing room.
Geeter? Who's Geeter?
That's what I call my guitar, you like, man? Your guitar was stolen?
This hasn't been a good day for guitars or Geeters.
Okay, body first, then guitar. And if someone finds that guitar, please bring it to our dressing room. Geeter's like a missing person, not lost and found, man. What is happening?
This sure is a... what did he call it? A sausage?
A pickle!
And it's your pickle. I told you to stay in this room.
Sorry, not much else I can say.
It's all right. Top priority now is finding that body. You can make it up to me later.
10 bags or so of chocolates. Chocolate snackoos could do the trick nicely. You should watch your sugar intake, Emma.
There should be a body here, but there's not. How could this have happened and why? God damn. Nothing else is different. That's the other crazy part. All right, bye. Does something seem different to you, Apollo? Something is definitely different here. Let's check it out. Wait, there's something different? Is it this? That stage there must have been lowered before. That's the tower that Lamiroir and Prosecutor Gavin were singing on. Someone must have raised it. I don't see a way to control it from here. Apollo, what about that ladder there against the wall? We could use that to take a look up at the top. She called it a ladder, not a step ladder. Maybe we should get Emma. What are you talking about? We have to see this sort of thing for ourselves. I'm not so good with heights. Stop whining and start climbing. Please don't make me. It didn't look that high from below, really, but when I got to the top, I felt every one of those 15 feet down. Of course, I wasn't thinking about the height anymore, not after what we found up there. The body? We found 2 things we were looking for, and 1 thing we never expected to find. What? Please say Miles Edgeworth. Fuck. Ah! A second dead body! What in the goddamn fuck is going on? The body, guitar in hand, and the pianist, Machi Tobe. I accused that child. That concert last night sure went south in a hurry. No kidding. Why did they arrest Machi? Why? Wait, he's not dead? He's not dead. Never mind. Don't look at me like it's my fault! Machi Tobe, the blind pianist, arrested on suspicion of murdering Romaine Lettuce. I can't believe such a cute little boy could do something so horrible. I guess that they had proof of some kind. What proof could possibly prove that? Morning. Ah! He's at our office! How do you know about this office, sir? Yo, Jogos, thank you so much for the 500 yen. I really appreciate it. The first time that you played, I was so jealous of Trucy. I wanted to be adopted for Phoenix. Aww. I feel that. I feel that. How does he know where we live, though? Is Klavier a stalker? I'm convinced he's a stalker. Prosecutor Gavin? What a night, eh? I apologize for being so upset. Mr. Gavin, do you know what's going on? Why did they arrest Machi? Why? Don't look at him like it's his fault either. It was tough for me too. We performed together that night, after all, and yet... Yet? The powers that be said that given the circumstances, it could have only been him. What do you mean by the circumstances? Lamiroir was invited from Burgundy as an ambassador of goodwill. It is vital that this case be wrapped up swiftly. That's all the powers that be. That's all the powers that be want, really. Well, those are circumstances, all right. But what makes Machi the only possible suspect? Oh, it actually did go off. There, thank you so much, Jogos, for the 500 yen. I appreciate it. Air Forehead, you seem to have forgotten that you're talking to the prosecution. The enemy. Ah, right. I think I like this side of Prosecutor Gavin better, actually. I think I do too. I'm not at liberty to discuss the particulars of the case, especially not to the defense attorney. What? Did you just say? Me? The defense attorney? That's what I came to tell you. He's down at the detention center. He wants to request your services. Oh. He... You mean Machi. Machi wants me. This is what we've been waiting for, Apollo. Okay, but literally, he didn't know that I was a defense attorney if Lamiroir didn't tell him. Lamiroir had to specifically tell him about me. Because he can't understand me. He doesn't speak English. That's a little sus. So wait, so the timeline of events, right after we talk to Lamiroir, she knows that we're a defense attorney. Does she take action after that? That's a little bit sus. Good luck. I'm off to question Lamiroir. Yeah, right, later. I hope I'm up to this. Oh boy. Well, I just don't get it. I refuse to believe a cute little kid like this could do something so terrible. You said that already.
Hold it!
Byron the Muffin Man. I love that username. Thank you so much for the tier 1 sub. Enjoy your emotes. Machi, everything's going to be okay. We're here for you. Hi. Maybe you could tell me about last night. Oh. That was when I realized how tough it must be. A little kid like this, in a country so far from everything he's ever known. Maybe Lamiroir can help. But didn't Prosecutor Gavin say that she was with him? What are we gonna do? That's a good question. Can't think of anything we can do but go on with this. And hope for the best at the trial tomorrow.
"33 months.
This is a
Happy
big
you're enjoying
yikes.
Ace Attorney."
Aw, thank you so much, Arrow. Thank you so much for the 33 months. I appreciate it. You bet your ass I'm enjoying Ace Attorney. I can't get enough of these games. Sheesh. You know, I have to admit, you know, this is now case 3. Getting into case 3 of the first set of Apollo Justice Trilogy games. Klavier is no Edgeworth. But I also didn't have that much of an opinion on Edgeworth until a little bit later. Actually, it was case 3 that I really started liking him. Man, that unnecessary feelings line. Sheesh! But no, like, Edgeworth really shined in case 3, so we'll see, we'll see. We'll see what Klavier is like in this. Court is now in session for... How do I say that? Machi Tobe, Your Honor, the pixie of the arpeggio. Ah, right, his trial. Court is now in session. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is A-okay, Air Judge. Very well, Prosecutor Gavin. Ah, my opening statement, yeah? No, actually, there was something else I wanted to ask you about. Say you're going to visit someone in the hospital with an incurable disease. What do you say to them? Huh? I mean, you wouldn't say get well soon, right? You'd only be kicking them when they're down. Is the judge okay? What are you talking about? Actually, I'm going to visit someone who is terminally ill. Right after this trial, the Chief Justice's son.
Okay. His son is afflicted with a most terrible disease. He doesn't have long, it seems. I thought I'd go pay him a visit. I thought saying something moving might be the order of the day.
Why don't grown-ups ever just say what's on their mind instead of pretending? She's looking at me with something like disgust. Hey, what are you looking at me like that for?
It's crazy how everyone is like, yeah, the blind kid shot someone. Okay, Captain Smartass, since when do you take somebody's comments at face value? I think you're the real clown around here if you actually believe everything that everyone says. Bruh. We all believed Lamiroir was, couldn't speak English, and then boom, she could. Magic. I never believed someone at face value. That's clown school. I'm a bit busy today, so let's wrap this up quickly. Prosecutor Gavin, your opening statement briefly. You're in luck, Air Judge. I believe you'll be going on your hospital visit sooner than you think. First, to review the victim in this case. Romaine Lettuce, age 35. The global manager for diva songstress Lamiroir. The cause of death, blood loss due to being shot by a large caliber revolver. This report has all of the details. The court accepts this into evidence. .45 caliber, that's quite large, isn't it? A direct hit from that could knock a man off of his feet. However, the bullet struck him in his shoulder. The damage to the body was slight. Death was not immediate. Sadly, his blood loss was, I saw that his blood loss was such that he could not be saved. I suppose the victim's condition would have been much worse considering. What happened to all of our court record? It all got erased. Oh. No, it's there. Okay, I thought it was like erased or something. Oh, I never investigated the keys, did I? Goral? The fuck does this mean? Goral. There are three keys on this heart-shaped keyring, and this guitar-shaped key was the key to the guitar case.
Wasn't he saying that he had to break his case because he couldn't get it unlocked? I could open a lock in like 10 seconds, easy. He should have given me a call.
So, he should slap handcuffs on you after you opened it?
Handcuffs, 20 seconds tops.
I'm glad she's on my side. Fucking nerd. Okay. Romaine Lettuce. Between 9 p.m. and 9:30. Don't we know the exact time of death? We were literally there. Anyway. Blood loss due to .45 caliber bullet wound. Time elapsed between shooting and death currently under review. It was like minutes. But, okay. And then, the victim was shot in the... Wait, what? Oh, I thought they said victim was shot in the right shoulder. I'm like, that is clearly the left shoulder. Holding the keys in his hand. It's, yeah, that is weird. The whole smeary thing is weird. Like, what was he trying to write and then it just, like, gets swiped away? Huh. 2 shots were fired. 1 shot missed and the other penetrated and passed through the victim's shoulder. Both bullets were found in the wall at the scene. Observe the diagram. This is where the bullets hit. I see. The court accepts this into evidence. If we're talking about a .45 caliber revolver, we must assume that the killer was adept at the weapon's use.
Really?
Apparently weapons that size have a powerful kickback. If, say, the judge tried to fire one, it'd break every bone in his body. The defense will take more care in choosing examples. No, Judge. As I was saying, the victim was shot backstage in a dressing room. This dressing room has only one entrance, the door. That does seem to be the case, yes. However, there was witnesses who heard the gunshots. Me and Emma.
He's talking about you and Emma, huh? Yet when the witnesses entered the room, it was empty, save for the victim's body, of course. That's impossible! Exactly. This murder was impossible. For all but one person. That is, of course, the defendant, Machi Tobe. Only this defendant could have committed the crime. But how? It's quite simple. The circumstances of the crime scene make it clear. I assume you have testimony to back up this claim. Please show the witness to the stand. Hi, Emma. Your name and profession, please. Emma Sky. I'm a detective for the police department. I was on security detail at the concert forum that night. Emma seems tired, somehow. Security at the concert, you say? Some security I was. Couldn't even stop a murder. Don't blame yourself. Things like this happen. I've even made bigger mistakes in my career, you know? I'm sure that makes her feel much better. I want to hear about these bigger mistakes. In any case, because you were on security detail, the crime was quickly discovered, and we were able to identify the killer. You may give the court your testimony if you would. Describe the circumstances of that day and your discovery of the crime, please. All right. The night of the murder, I was on security backstage at Prosecutor Gavin's request. Only people involved with the concert in some way were allowed backstage. At the beginning of the third set, I heard shots. I went into the room filled with blaring rock music and found the body. I examined the scene and determined that only the defendant could have done it. Emma? It was lucky that a detective was the first on the scene. But that door was the only way out of the room, right? Yeah, pretty much. And I don't get it. How can they say Machi did it? Looks like we need a bit more information. Very well, the defense may begin the cross-examination. I don't know. In my head, it's pretty obvious that, like, the killer was never in the room. Like, the revolver peeked through the window, so whoever was on the other side of that window, like, a person can't fit through the window, but a gun sure as hell could. Also, considering I was wondering why it says specifically not to open. I don't think we have any evidence of that, though. The window in the back of the room said do not open. I'm wondering why. But I do think it was just poked through there. But the fact that Lamiroir was in the room, I'm pretty sure she was in the room when it happened. Like, where the fuck could she have gone? That's... Or maybe she... I don't fucking know. I really don't know. Maybe... Oh boy. Who knows? Alright, let's go. The night of the murder was the night of the concert, yes? That's right. What was the detective doing on security detail, might I ask? If it was only a concert. My thoughts exactly. But orders are orders, even when they come from rock gods. Prosecutor Gavin? Yes, allow me to explain. I smelled something that day, you might say. The stench of conspiracy. That day at the concert hall. He's so mad! Well, isn't it obvious? My keys that whole morning? No, the whole day was ruined. And it's all because someone stole my keys! I couldn't ride my hog to the show. I couldn't open my guitar keys. There he goes again. Isn't it possible that he simply misplaced them? Misplaced them? Misplaced items don't just wander into a murderer's victim hand on their own. Prosecutor Gavin, if your keys were in the victim's hand, that makes you a prime suspect. What? Love, slow acting, and new. Atraquinine is waiting for you. He's singing something. Does everything with this guy have to be over the top? Yes. I feel like that's how any prosecutor in this series goes. They always have to be over the top. I'm trying to think if there ever wasn't one that wasn't.
but I think they just all are. The killing happened in the middle of my concert. I was, like a sailor, adrift on a sea of sound. Anyway, I didn't want anything else stolen, so I put the detective with the most time on their hands on the task. I see. I can accept that.
Well, I can't. What do you mean, time on their hands?
Emma takes offense to that. I would too. Please, the testimony.
Hold it!
We were let in, though. I didn't know about that. I certainly didn't invite you.
I gave the Fraulein special permission to be there. I wanted to see her again.
Oh boy, did you hear that? We're officially involved now. Gee, great. Some other hangers-on tried to get backstage, but I drove them off.
So no other outsiders were there then. But what about the guy? We don't question the guy.
I believe we were having a chat when we heard the shots. You were the one chatting. I was eating snack goose.
Hey, no stacking in court. And you were sure the shots came from Lamiroir's room?
Absolutely. Hey, I'm the one being cross-examined here. Here, this'll keep you quiet.
Katonk.
Ah, thanks. Did she just throw it at him?
So, how about it, Emma?
We were right there. Hard to be mistaken about that.
Please, either talk or eat, not both at the same time.
Right, so after that, me and Mr. Lawyer there opened the dressing room door.
Hold it!
Rock?
Blaring, yeah.
When you say rock, are you referring perhaps to this rock and roll music that's so popular these days?
That's right, when we went into the dressing room,
music was blaring over the speaker on a wall. They pipe sound from the stage into the backstage through the speakers.
that way people in the back can hear when they're supposed to be on stage.
Did it have to be so loud? You didn't listen to the Gaviners with your ears. You feel it with your entire body and soul. I have always had the backstage monitors at full volume.
When we walked into the room, the band was playing Guilty Love, I believe, making it easy to determine the time of the crime.
If you could hear that music playing, then everyone on stage for that song has an alibi. Including myself.
Anyway, I closed off the scene and started my investigation.
Hold it!
How could you know something like that? As I said, it was clear from the circumstances. Listen, we know that there was only one exit from the room, the door. The small window only opened a tiny crack, and I was standing in front of that door. So how could the killer have fled the scene? There's only one possibility, the air vent.
Objection!
That air vent was too small. How could... Exactly. There's certainly no way you could get through. The only one who could fit through was a child. Remember, access to those rooms was limited. Only those involved with the concert were allowed.
And of all the people involved with the concert, only one is small enough to be considered a child. The defendant, the pixie of an arpeggio, flitted up toward the sky and disappeared from the scene of the crime.
Objection!
But that's just conjecture.
Oh, there was no other way out of that room. You were there. You should know, Air Forehead.
And there is another vital piece of evidence. Marks were found on the air vent grill. Traces that had been recently opened.
Wait, what?
And something else was found, quite clearly. The defendant, Machi Tobe's fingerprints.
Oh, God.
Really? I wish I was told this!
Order!
That air vent was the only way out of the room.
The defendant's fingerprints were found on the grill.
Well, Air Forehead, what fairy tale does this suggest to you?
Only one can pass through that vent, that doorway to heaven. And that one is our pixie.
Why are you looking at me, Apollo? Hey, I was out whooping it up in the audience.
So, this was his decisive evidence. Quite decisive indeed. I believe that's enough of that. The prosecution has a rather convincing case. The only way in and out of the crime scene was watched, making the defendant the only one who could possibly leave the scene. Simple and decisive. I believe we've heard enough to determine our verdict, even if I wasn't in a hurry to make a hospital visit. I'm sure the Chief Justice will appreciate the gesture. Unfortunately, we have no direct witnesses. Fortunately, the criminal left decisive evidence for us. That will have to be enough. It can't be over. I believe this trial is finished. If the defense has no contradicting evidence, the prosecution has presented our proof clear and plain. If you have a contradicting evidence, it'd be better be clear and plain. They don't got us on the ropes. Just present the fucking brooch. That's all we need to do.
We better come up with something quick. I know. Think, what can get us out of this? We need evidence or a witness that can prove Machi is innocent beyond a doubt. Without that... Mr. Justice, do you have contradicting proof that can overturn the prosecution's case? If you do, you better tell us about it now. This is it and so soon. If I mess this one up, it's over. The court wants contradicting proof. Well, call a witness, show evidence. Well, both of these. We want to call in Lamiroir. I'm gonna show evidence first, the brooch, and then hopefully that'll lead to calling in Lamiroir. The defense is prepared to show contradicting evidence. This should be interesting. What sort of evidence? Show us evidence contradicting the prosecution's claims.
Take that!
This evidence does more than contradict. It flips the whole case on its head.
Thank you for presenting evidence that is both clear and plain as requested. Clearly and plainly wrong.
What? How is that not correct? I am perplexed. You claim that there were no witnesses to this crime. Are you absolutely sure?
Absolutely. I'd swear it on my career as a prosecutor. And on my million-seller hit song, Atraquinine My Love.
There he goes again.
That's too bad, because there was a witness. How did you come to possess knowledge the prosecution clearly does not? Because I'm the only one in the world who knows this. Okay, we just had this. Chat, how you doing? You doing good? Oh, we're out of a flashback. I no longer care. Just kidding, I do. The victim said this before he died. Perhaps he did, or perhaps he did not.
What do you mean by that?
All we know is what Air Forehead says he said. It's no testimony, especially since it comes from the defense attorney himself.
Objection! But it's the truth. He said it. I even told you about it. But apparently you ignored me completely.
It's my policy to fully investigate everything I deem relevant.
Huh!
Clearly, this rookie lawyer thinks that he can tell me how to do my job.
That's enough. Mr. Justice, we need clear contradictory proof from you. This witness of yours unknown to the prosecution. I hope you are right. Failure carries a stiff penalty.
Perhaps a stiffer penalty than usual is called for. 2. Wow. Okay.
Take that!
Recall Mr. Lettuce's last words.
The witness is...
How many times? Oh my god.
The siren. He meant the siren.
That's right. The siren of the ballad. Lamiroir.
Lamiroir was only on stage for the second set, and she had access to the backstage area. She could have been a witness. Prosecutor Gavin, my claim still stands. There was no witness to this crime. Please show Lamiroir to the witness stand. Lamiroir would say nothing the night of the murder. Not today, though. Today, we'll drag that story out of her no matter what it is. It is my distinct honor to welcome the siren of the ballad to our courtroom. You are too kind. You can speak English. Yes, yes I can. Though I am not very good, there is much I do not know. You speak so well. Have you spent any time here before? Actually, I do not know how I came by my knowledge of your language. I don't know how I learned a whole fucking language. Said no one ever. Nor where I studied it. Said no one literally ever. What does she mean she doesn't know? I too thought to call her as a witness, but I did not. I had a reason, of course. What's that? Lamiroir suffers from amnesia. Oh my fucking... Really? Lamiroir is not my true name. Yet I remember nothing of the time before I was given it. Nothing of the time before I started singing on stage. Wow, she's even more mysterious than I thought. As lauded singer Lamiroir, she lives a good life. There are little difficulties for her, thanks to her success. Yet, I did not wish to subject her to unnecessary stress. I see. I care surprisingly little about people's pasts. Damn. You have nothing to fear in this court, Lamiroir. Thank you. Yet there is something I do not understand. I am being called as a witness? What might I say? No one will tell me anything of what happened. Lamiroir, let me be frank. I did not want to ask you up here to testify, yet that young gentleman with a wide forehead over there was adamant that you stand. Congratulations, Apollo. You're the bad guy. Ugh. Now that you're here, please give us your testimony. If nothing else, the sound of your voice is welcome. Tell us what you saw the night of the crime. What the fuck? As for what I saw nothing. That night I was invited to sing on the stage, and I did. I did not return backstage after the second set. Then I was led by the people to Mr. Gavin's dressing room and told to wait there. That was where I learned that something had happened, but I wasn't told the details. I must say, you sound wonderful just testifying. I hope he was too distracted to hear what I was actually saying. There you have it. She saw nothing that night. Now we can only pray that the defense has the sense to admit defeat. And refrain from detaining her here longer than need be. Wow, you just got badder, Apollo. Way to go! Ugh. Very well, Mr. Justice. Keep it short and sweet. Lamiroir wouldn't talk to me that night of the crime. She must know something, and I've got to find out what. Take her down!
Hold it!
You know what? Just out of spite, I am dragging this out as long as I can. But you must have seen something. Mr. Lettuce named you. Mr. Lettuce? How could I tell you what I don't know? Lamiroir, he said you were a witness with his dying words. I do not know what he meant to say, but that night I was invited to sing on the stage, and this I did. It was a great concert. You heard me sing? Thank you. I was hoping to get an autograph later, actually. Apollo. Of course. Mr. Justice, this is a cross-examination. You're out of line. If anyone deserves an autograph here, it's me. One on my gavel would be nice. Judge. What's this? That... Really? It's my autograph. Now keep this trial moving. Oh.
My grandchild will be so happy. Apparently his grandson is a big fan. Let us continue, shall we, if you would, Lamiroir. Tell us what you did after your stellar performance. Really?
Hold it!
You didn't return backstage once? Where were you then? What were you doing?
I was cleaning up on stage. There are many things that I must do for a performance other than simply sing.
And was Machi with you at the time?
Unfortunately, I do not know where he was.
So much for an alibi for Machi.
Hold it!
With Machi, correct? How was he then?
He seemed as he always does, though I believe that he was shocked by the news of Mr. Latus's death. Yet, he is not the type to show much emotion.
Yes, he has given the police no end of headaches. He answers most questions with silence, and those glinting frames speak nothing.
He can't speak the language! What do you expect him to just keep on speaking differently and not understanding?
The questioning hasn't gotten far. Hasn't gotten very far.
We sat there, waiting. That was where I learned that something had happened, but I wasn't told the details.
What doesn't ring true about her testimony? It's hard to imagine Lamiroir lying. She might not be lying, but she's hiding something. I didn't press the last statement. I know what to do. I just need to... I want to get my dialogue, man.
Hold it!
How was the incident explained to you?
I was told nothing in detail, only that Miss Latus died.
Of course, investigations require some security.
But Mr. Latus was my manager. I wanted to know more. I should have been told. But both Machi and I were beside ourselves with concern.
Allow me to apologize, but please understand. Keeping you in the dark was as painful for me as it was for you.
Yes, I understand.
Alright. Oh.
Objection!
I'm sorry, Lamiroir, but I'm having trouble believing you. You remember this brooch, do you not? Why, that's Lamiroir. She was wearing it for a song. Care to add that to the testimony? Prosecutor Gavin. Oh! Oh, shit! Woo! What? This brooch was found after the murder took place, at the very scene of the crime. Lamiroir, how did your brooch get backstage if you didn't go there yourself? And as Prosecutor Gavin has just told us, you had been wearing it during your performance that night. What is the meaning of this? Lamiroir, please explain. Lamiroir? She says English is quite difficult. Oh. That trick's not gonna work here! Really? Your forehead may be large, but you're a lawyer, truly. She didn't say that. But you have missed one important fact. What now? In fact, at the time of the incident, I went backstage, but only for a moment. What? Think back to the moment of the crime. You know whereof I speak. Is she really saying all of that? Speak English, coward! What's she talking about, Apollo? Right when the incident occurred. Oh, is she talking about that?
into the room. Just a glance, mind you. So, this was when your brooch dropped. That explains that. It does. There was no other time I could have dropped it. But that's ridiculous! You only looked in for an instant, but you dropped your brooch? Air forehead. She has raised a possibility. The only thing that can counter that is evidence. So, she looked in the crime scene. Actually, I intended to go into the dressing room. I knew nothing of what had happened, of course. But the moment I opened the door, I heard a horrible voice. Air forehead shouting, "Who's there?" No doubt. A horrible voice indeed. I closed the door immediately. That explains the brooch. Let's return to your testimony. That's too convenient. She's hiding something. Lamiroir, you did look into the room, though, right? Yes. Testify as to what you saw. Very well, though it was only the briefest of glimpses. Oh, we're doing this now?
Hold it!
What did you see in that brief glimpse? I had only opened the door slightly when I heard that horrible voice. And shut the door. I've always wondered, Air Forehead, does that voice of yours lack a volume knob? It's my cords of steel, man! Just back off! I saw nothing. The late Mr. Latus's body was behind a wall.
Hold it!
A wall. Was there a wall there? Is what in English? A division, or partition, I believe. It was a large dressing room divided into two halves. And the murder took place inside the half. I guess that partition might have hidden the body. This is so creepy. Perceiving is like kind of creepy. Not gonna lie. This is tough. What are her boobs twitch? Like, what the fuck? There's nothing to look at, man. Like, eye squinting? Like... Maybe it's not. I'm pretty sure it's this statement, but I'm not. Does your hair twitch? Boob jiggle? I'm just thinking, I just think... This is... oh my god. I'm not getting it. I bet her boobs jiggle. That's anime, right? And I'm pretty sure it's the first statement? Or maybe it's the last one. I'm pretty sure its body was behind a wall, but whatever. There's nothing happening! Oh, really? Now I see it. The throat bobbing?
Oh my god.
Gotcha!
Yes? You know something more about Mr. Latouse's death than you're saying. What? I could see you trying not to remember, but the effort made you swallow. You can't fool my eyes. It is true. It was so terrible after all. Why did Mr. Latouse have to be shot? We never said he was shot. One moment. What was it you just said? She was hiding something. I knew it. Lamiroir, I'm afraid you haven't realized it, but your words just now contradict your testimony. Take this! Lamiroir contradicted her own testimony, and I have the evidence to prove it. Wait, I do? The blood loss, not the gunshot wound. If I do not misunderstand the meaning of contradiction, it is you who contradict Mr. Your evidence is meaningless. I don't know why I'm supposed to present something here. We never told her that he got shot. I didn't know I needed to present evidence to this. Oh, I forgot I had this diagram. Oh, it contradicts the fact that you couldn't see him. Oh, so the diagram. What? Bitch, what? No one told her that he got shot! How does that not make sense?
Take that!
What do you want, the gun?
Take that!
Now I'm confused. What? I am... Okay, huh? I'm like... I don't even know what to say. Like, I don't know what... how... I don't understand how the diagram doesn't make sense. She said that she didn't see the body. How does the diagram not make sense then? You can't see the shot. And I think I've presented everything I have at this point. So I presented the last 3 items. I presented the gun itself. Do you want me to present the lyrics? Like, fuck if I know.
Take that!
Nothing makes sense. To ensure the efficiency and secrecy of our investigation, the bearer is hereby ordered to speak to no one outside the investigation concerning any details. Okay, so that's it.
Take that!
Fuck face. Hate this game. Immediately following the incident, a gag order was placed on the scene. This is a document proving that. In your testimony, you told the court, no one told me anything about the incident. Furthermore, you testified that you had seen nothing. Yet you knew that Mr. Latouche had been shot. How could you have known? Finally, I can stop getting dizzy. You aren't hiding something from this court, I hope. That sweet song of hers was sounding a little bit too sweet.
Now I remember. Please allow me to add my testimony. Of course, all we want to know is the truth.
So what I gather about Klavier is he is really horny for the truth.
She looks kind of pale, huh?
She saw something, I know it. Even the victim said so.
I saw bullet holes in the wall and knew Mr. Latouche had been shot.
Oh boy, there it is. Only a glimpse, yet you knew that there were bullet holes?
I recognized them immediately. I have seen bullet holes before, you know.
You've traveled the world as a singer. You must have sung in places far more dangerous than our country.
I go whenever my voice is needed. Those places are many these days. That's really cool! I hope I get to travel like Lamiroir someday.
I plan on recording my next album overseas. Their studios have a different sound, you know? Maybe I should go on Chords of Steel tour, too. Oh! Okay, I'm down.
Objection!
You can't see the bullet holes because of the door opening.
Lies are hardly becoming of such a creature. A put-down worthy of our prosecutor, Mr. Justice.
Such put-downs are hardly becoming of you, Apollo.
Stop polishing your forehead and start polishing your character, yeah?
Come on, I can't be cool for once!
Observe the diagram. Lamiroir, you looked in from the door for just a moment, correct?
Yes.
There were bullet holes in the room, yeah, but they were in the wall. They were in the wall the door is on. You see, assuming you merely glanced into the room, you couldn't have seen those bullet holes. Lamiroir, I'm afraid the defense has raised a good point. It appears that you have been holding back something.
And I must tell you what it is that I saw?
Yes, the happenings in this trial are being recorded, and I'm certain it will be on the news in Virginia. You understand your reputation is at stake. It falls to you to avoid tarnishing it. Personally speaking, I still believe that cross-examining her will yield us absolutely nothing.
But she knew how Mr. Latouche died, and he named her as a witness.
You must have seen something, Lamiroir. Please continue your testimony.
Very well, I shall.
Finally, a new cross-examination. That one went on for a while. That was like a three-parter.
I was on my way from the stage to the backstage exit. There was something like a little window there. That's how I saw it.
Wait, so you were in the door before, and now you're on the complete other side of the room? Bitch, what?
There were 2 shots. I couldn't do anything to stop it. But it wasn't Machi. It was a grown person. I know it was.
You did witness the crime, and the killer was a grown person, you say? Ugh, this is my first time hearing this, I assure you. Nice play, Air Forehead. Very well, Mr. Justice, you may begin your cross-examination.
Great going, Apollo. You were right about Lamiroir. What's wrong? You don't look too happy.
This whole thing smells fishy, that's what's wrong.
Hold it!
So, you were heading toward the dressing room?
Yes.
So this is a little before she opened the dressing room door and dropped her brooch. About the same time Emma and I heard those shots.
23 months old IT.
Hold it! Devilbringer! Thank you for the 23-month resub. I appreciate it. Enjoy your emotes! About the same time Emma and I heard those shots.
I was on my way back.
Hold it!
What exactly is something like a little window?
Yes, well, window is the best word I know in English. I think it is how it is said, yes?
You need not worry, Lamiroir. Your choice of words is impeccable. There's a small window in the dressing room in question. Perhaps the defense remembers this detail. A little window on the wall.
I saw the crime from there.
This is weird.
Hold it!
You were certain that you heard 2 shots fired.
Quite certain. I was on my way to the backstage exit. This is when I heard a faint sound like a gunshot. Wondering what it had been, I peered through the window. That is when I heard the second gunshot, much closer.
And there were 2 bullet holes at the scene, so no contradiction so far.
It all happened on the other side of that window. There was nothing I could do.
But it wasn't Machi! It wasn't Machi who shot, are you sure?
Yes, quite certain.
It amuses me that you would question her testimony. It is testimony in your favor, isn't it my job to eject?
Yeah, Apollo, what were you thinking?
Trucy, let's just listen to what Lamiroir has to say. Can you tell me how you were so sure?
Yes, of course. You see,
Hold it!
A grown person? That's a little vague.
I'm sorry. My skill with your language is lacking, I know.
Certainly you could at least see whether the shooter was male or female.
It was a man, a young man.
And you were sure about that?
Yes, his voice was quite clear.
Voice? Looking at this diagram, it seems the dressing room was quite cluttered. It does seem likely that you wouldn't have had a clear view of the shooter.
As a singer, I rely more on my ears than my eyes. When I hear a voice, I do not forget it. That voice was the voice of a man.
So, you heard a voice, but wait. Couldn't that have been the victim, Mr. Latouche?
Absolutely not. Did I not just say that I do not forget the voice? If it was Mr. Latouche who spoke, I would have known.
You were at the window and you heard the shooter's voice. That was the voice of a young man.
Apollo, this is good testimony. That proves it wasn't Machi.
Apollo's like, If this turns out to be true, it would cast this case in a considerably different light. What is the defense's opinion of this testimony? It's pretty good! It's pretty good! It's pretty good! I'm just kidding. It pains me to say this. There's something about Lamiroir's testimony that rings false. And bravo, Air Forehead. You're colder than I thought. I'm sure you remember what the problem is as well as I do, Mr. Gavin. As has been established, no grown man could pass through that air vent. He couldn't have fled the scene of the crime.
That means Lamiroir has to be lying.
I know, and I know it's bad for our case, but I can't shut my eyes to this. Believe me, the idea was tempting. It is as Air Forehead says. Yet, this is not the only contradiction within her testimony. He's throwing me a bone.
What next? What's he talking about?
Lamiroir. I understand why you want to protect Machi, yet remember you are the siren of the ballad, and lies do not become such a creature. What does the prosecution mean?
Apollo, what's he talking about?
How come no one bats an eye when he says stuff like that? I recall the state of the crime scene quite well. And when the murder took place, that window was closed. I find it hard to believe you could hear a voice through it.
But I'm sure.
Lamiroir, I have nothing but the highest regard for your musical sense, but my opinion of you as a witness is somewhat lesser. Oh, shit! Oh, shit!
But she's the only eyewitness that we have.
So you say, and the victim named her the siren as the witness?
That's right. That's what Mr. Latouche...
We heard your claim. We even entertained the possibility. And it brought us to this. Drama. Air Judge, the prosecution requests that the witness be excused. Please,
I'm afraid I must honor the prosecution's request. There is indeed a question of the witness's credibility. If Lamiroir can't testify, then we don't have a chance of proving Machi's innocence. This cross-examination is over. Prosecutor Gavin, you may continue making your case. Dunk. Now, where were we? So German, so cool. Dunk. Yes. I would like to hear from Fraulein Detective again.
Objection!
Wait, let me hear Lamiroir's testimony one last time. But the prosecution is already over, until such a time is needed as a need arises. This witness may leave the stand. I'm sorry I could not be of more assistance. Maybe Klavier is excusing her because we need a translator for Machi? If we take it too far, here's the thing. If we take this testimony too far, Lamiroir potentially gets put into prison, and then I'm not sure. I think we lose our translator, which we still need for Machi. I don't know. I don't know. That's what I think might be going on here. Like, we can't push too far too early. I don't think we can do that. And last, back to the real trial. Ready, Air Forehead? I hope I didn't just miss my only chance. Fraulein Detective, how far had we gotten until we were so rudely interrupted? Don't ask me. I dislike saying the same thing twice. I never repeat a song for an encore. If you would, Miss Sky. I believe I was saying that the only way Mr. Latou's killer could have escaped was through that air vent on the ceiling. Ah, yes, there was only one door in the room, and a witness, you, was standing in front of it. That air vent isn't very big, see? Kind of limits the people who can possibly get through. I certainly would have had a difficult time. You sure would. Not that you would have been there in the first place, though. Remember the whole backstage area was off limits to people not involved with the concert? The only one who meets the conditions for our killer is the defendant. A virtuoso performance. I couldn't have put it better myself. She does state a clear case, though reading the report, something caught my eye. The circumstances of the defendant's arrest. Again? Hey, that's right, Apollo. Remember when we found Machi? That was bizarre. This is very, very bizarre. Why did Mr. Latou's body disappear from the room and end up on top of that stage tower? Holding a guitar, no less. A perceptive observation there, Judge. Yeah, thanks. It was kind of an accident, really. But you work in this job long enough, and you get a nose for these things. The judge sure seems pleased with himself. Very good, Fraulein Detective. Perhaps you can tie it all together for us. Why was the body moved? And how does that lead us to the killer? Oh boy, here we go. Klavier knows the language. Klavier is not going to help us because he's on prosecution chat. He's not going to be a translator for us. I believe Machi stole the body because of some lyrics. He moved the body to match Lamiroir's song. No one in this country had a motive to kill the victim, and Machi practically left his signature at the scene. All of this evidence clearly points to the defendant. Lamiroir's song? Yes, the guitar's serenade. You notice its code too, did you not? Its code? All of the events that day followed the song lyrics to our song. Oh boy, here we go. Then Prosecutor Gavin's guitar burst into flames on stage. Mr. Lettuce's life was taken by a bullet. The rest hardly needs any explanation. Guitar, guitar, up together to the sky. It's like a story out of some fairy tale. I admit, I'd forgotten about the song, but there it is now, waiting for me. The grand finale, as it were. Hey, you know, I was the one who first noticed that. I've heard of jumping rope to songs and counting to songs, but killing? It's a Wild world out there, Air Judge.
Wild world! We've heard one song and dance, let's get on to the next. Cross-examination.
Not so sure I'm gonna be doing much singing. But what about those cords of steel, Apollo?
Hold it!
Who would steal a body just to match some lyrics? I didn't believe it myself, but it can't just be a coincidence. It is, as Fraulein Detective says. Let us begin with the first verse, if you would, Fraulein. What? You want me to sing it?
You are the witness, yeah? Or did you want me to sing? I warn you, my fee as a vocalist is not trivial.
Fine, fine. Let's look at the first part of the lyrics, shall we? When you stole the keys, my heart held on to so tight.
My favorite heart-shaped keyring was stolen this morning.
Next, we go to the right page of the lyric sheet, where we find burning on in my heart, fire. Burn my love away, all away.
Oh my god, they gotta show off the 3D animation.
Like a bullet of love, fire, take my life away, all away. Mr. Latouse's life was taken by a bullet.
Bravo, Fraulein Detective. You're singing. It's not bad. Yeah, I'm not doing that. Now for the finale.
Guitar, guitar, up together to the sky.
As it says in the lyrics, Mr. Latouche was found with a guitar high in the sky over the stage. That's insane. No series of coincidences could be so well conceived.
He's right, scientifically speaking.
What would Walkie have said? That court was whack! Thanks, Apollo.
It's hard to argue when she pours her heart into it like that. Anyway, the shooter.
Thank you, Emma.
Hold it!
Does the prosecution have any idea why he'd do all of this? You want my scientific opinion? No clue. But he clearly had a reason to go through all that trouble. Some deep reason.
A deep reason?
Not only did he steal my keys, he torched my guitar.
Unforgivable acts, even if he had a reason, and worse if he had none.
The Diva's complaints aside, I can't imagine someone doing this on a whim. But you know what I can imagine someone doing on a whim? Buying one of the Ambi plushies and supporting the pledge in the campaign! Oh my god, what a segue! Chat, right now, we are at 158 supporters out of 200. That is insane. We are almost at our goal. 42 more supporters!
Damn it. Okay, that was my last one was better. 42 more supporters and we make the plushie happen. Crazy.
Anyway, the Diva's complaints aside, I can't imagine someone just doing this on a whim.
Fraulein Detective, I take offense at that description. Indeed, it does seem too well rehearsed, shall we say.
Yes, this crime was planned, for sure. No one in this country had a motive to kill the victim.
Oh boy.
Hold it!
But Mr. Lettuce spoke English. He may have come to this country before. I looked into that, I assure you. It was his first time in the country, it seems. Apparently, he learned English on his own. Great. You see, no one here had a motive to kill him, and certainly not in such an elaborate fashion.
It does seem difficult to imagine.
Unless our famous prosecutor did it as a publicity stunt.
What did you say? Prosecutor Gavin, you did this to promote your song? Damn, bro.
Of course not, and I am quite dismayed by the ludicrous nature of her claim.
Why would I need promotion? Everyone already listens to my music.
Nah, there's always somebody that doesn't listen to it.
Okay, I could tell a mini story. My friend made me feel really dumb the other day because we were talking, like, we were playing Lethal Company and we have, like, the emotes mod, so we were looking, like, we mess around with all, like, the dancing emotes that are on there. She plays one, and she's like, man, I love this song so much. And I'm like, I have no idea what this song fucking is. She's like, it's Lizzo. And I'm like, who the fuck is Lizzo? Like, I barely listen to pop music, especially. I don't know a lot of singers out there. So she's like, how the fuck do you not know Lizzo? Everybody knows Lizzo. And I'm like, I literally have never heard this name a day in my fucking life. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? And the worst part of it was, my brother plays with us, and he doesn't like, he listens to the same music I do. He's as much of an uncultured swine with music as I am. I love my brother, but we are both really bad at that. But he knew Lizzo! And I'm like, my brother, I felt like I was betrayed in that moment. I'm like, brother, you know Lizzo, and I don't. What the fuck? I trusted you. Like, if I don't know somebody, surely my brother is usually in the same mind as I am. We are very alike in a lot of ways. So I'm like, I was perplexed. I'm like, brother, no, you've heard of this person. He's like, yeah, I know about them. I don't listen to their music, but I know about them. I'm like, what the hell? Needless to say, no matter how famous you might think you are, someone does not know you. I'm sure there are a lot of people out there that still don't know Taylor Swift, despite being so fucking popular. Brother, ew, I trusted you. Anyway, there's always someone that doesn't know you. There's even in my textbook at school. And I never heard of them. What does that say about me? I was just kidding. Don't get all worked up, Glimmer Boy. Machi practically left his signature at the scene. What do you mean by his signature? The bullet holes in the wall, of course. The revolver was fired twice. One shot missed and left a hole in the wall. And that means what, exactly? That dressing room isn't exactly spacious. Picture the shooter facing off with the victim in there. They can't have been more than 5 feet apart. It would be difficult, almost impossible to miss it at that range. Very. Assuming the shooter could properly aim. Wow. Blind joke. You can't be serious. Machi, he can't see. That's why he missed. It's the only explanation that makes sense. How do you even get close to hitting your target in the first place if you're blind? What? He used sound and other senses to fire the gun. Poorly. That reminds me, the monitor in that room was blaring at the time, yeah? Hardly ideal conditions for tracking by sound. No wonder he missed! I knew those bullet holes would come back to haunt me. Think, Justice, what do I do now? Well, I feel like I have to raise an objection. Sure, there were bullet holes left in the wall, but that doesn't prove the shooter couldn't see. Oh, how so? Well, there could have been a struggle with the victim. And it might have been the revolver's fault. The revolver was a very large caliber, correct? If the shooter wasn't used to firing such a large weapon, why? It could dislocate their shoulder. Exactly. The defendant, Machi Tobe, is, as you can say, tiny. So it's not so hard to picture him firing the gun and missing entirely. The kickback alone would throw him off his aim. Oh boy. A convincing argument, to be sure. Ha! Take that, smug prosecution! Apollo? Huh? What? That bit about Machi being tiny. And the gun throwing him off his aim? Aren't you kind of, admitting that he did? Oh. It does not matter why he missed. What matters is that the shooter was, without a doubt, the defendant. Even the defense seems to agree on that point. No, I don't agree, actually. Cripes, I really put my foot in it this time. What if... Oh wait, no, that would be admitting that he did it too. I was like, well, what if Machi's true target was actually Lamiroir, not the translator? Like, he's blind, he can't see who he's shooting anyway. Maybe he knew Lamiroir was gonna be there. Anyway, I don't know. But anyway, I'm smart. I'm very, very smart. Let's get the facts of the matter on the record, if you would, Fraulein Detective. Right. From the state of the crime scene, I conclude that the shooter was blind.
Hold it!
You can't say he was blind just because of those bullet holes in the wall. I think I've proven that.
I wouldn't call it proof, per se. Huh? You merely raised a possibility. Fraulein Detective has made a most logical conjecture based upon the evidence. Of course, there is more evidence than just bullet holes. The defendant was the only one who could have escaped through the air vent.
Objection!
But wait, if he was blind, how would he know about the air vent in the first place?
Ah, very good point. Well, Fraulein Detective, if you would care to explain.
He certainly seems sure of himself.
Recall the crime scene, if you would. There was a stepladder below the air vent. As it happens, maintenance was scheduled for that day. Custodial staff went around checking all the air vents. I don't believe it. Everyone backstage was told about the maintenance, including Machi Tobe. He would have known that there would be a way out at the top of that stepladder.
But why is this the first time I'm hearing about this?
You could have figured it out for yourself. You only needed to consider what that stepladder was doing there.
It was there for the meme. What do you mean it's not there for the meme? You mean it's actually there for not the meme and actually being relevant to the case? Wait, that's not how fucking Ace Attorney works. A meme is just a meme. Like, it is there to just argue that stepladder versus ladder argument. Like, it is not actually related to the case. You can't convince me otherwise. Like, I am in absolute denial. You can't do this. It's a meme. It's a meme. It's a meme. It's not real.
Well, Air Forehead, out of ammunition, perhaps? Never seen Prosecutor Gavin so aggressive. Maybe he's caught the scent of blood.
Apollo, don't you have something? Anything? You know what we need? We need something to prove that the killer could see.
Yeah, I got that. Thank you. Sometimes I feel like this game treats me like a fucking child compared to the original trilogy. There's a lot more hand-holding going on. Proving proving that the shiller was sighted would do it. It's me, I'm the shiller. For the Ambi plushie, that's crazy! Anyway, that would take down one of their central points. Do I have any evidence I can prove that, though? Do I? I'd have to really, Man. Fuck if I know. Oh. Oh, I just look at that again. Proof that he could see. I really don't see how any of this makes sense. I don't think that we have anything that makes it seem like makes it so that they could see. Other than they said that there's something really weird about the revolver. Emma said that a while ago, but I never caught it. Okay, this is weird. I don't think I can present anything. No need. I can't think of anything. Your face does not exactly project confidence. Maybe you should just accept it and move on. Apollo, grow a backbone! I couldn't even get a word in edgewise. Edgeworth? What? Gavin's on a roll and it's up to me to stop him. Alright, well, I guess I'll reload. I accept the prosecution's challenge. As I knew you would, Air Forehead. I actually didn't, but sure. What exactly am I up against here? The prosecution is saying that the shooter missed because they couldn't see. Therefore, Machi, who's blind, did it. Evidence that overturns the prosecution's claim that the shooter couldn't see. Oh god. Your Honor, I don't fucking know! Maybe because, like, of the gun itself. I don't know. That's the only thing I can really think of. My brain isn't braining. Claims that the shooter couldn't see. So proving that he could see something. Or he had to see. This is silly, but the best bet I got is a gun, really. Oh no. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. There must be something. Anything. Oh no. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Ah! He still was hit. It's the only other idea I got. Oh! That worked. Oh. I don't care much for the smirk on Prosecutor Gavin's face, but this is no time to think twice. Time to press on. Yes, Your Honor, the crime scene. There's something in here that decisively contradicts the prosecution's point. Perhaps you'd best show us this something. Get your finger out of your breeze and put it to good use, yeah? Yeah. Show us what you're talking about, Mr. Justice. The fact that he was hit? Take that! Your finger has a force of weight. That, I'm afraid, your argument lacks, Mr. Justice. I see nothing. Oh. I believe all he has added to our understanding of this photo is his fingerprint. I would hope you could refrain from soiling the evidence, Air Forehead.
Oh, he could see because the blood was smudged. Oh. Oh. Oh, yes. Ah, yes. I thought it was just my blurry vision. Oh, is someone... Hold on. Oh, we have a spoiler. Put user in timeout for 24 hours. You're lucky I didn't ban you. Good thing I don't really read chat. But it really was blurry. The way the victim's hand is raised above its head, much like a gesture I have seen many times in this court. It's almost as if he wrote something. Get it. At least I think I get it. Get what, Fraulein? When Mr. Lettuce was shot, he tried to write something. And what would he write but the shooter's name? And what would he write in it but his own blood? Pretty good, huh? Thanks for making my point for me. All right, yes, in fact, that's what I think happened here. That does seem to be a distinct possibility. The victim wrote the killer's name. It's certainly a logical conclusion. I just wish it wasn't all rubbed out like that. Of course it's rubbed out. Why, if I were a killer, I certainly wouldn't want to leave my own name behind. Neither would I. So, no one has anything else to say? About what? So the prosecution accepts this? You agree that this was the victim making an attempt to record the name of the killer? And that the killer tried to rub the name out? What's your point? What's my point? Let me ask you this. How did the killer know the victim was writing their name? Well, Mr. Lettuce was writing something in blood once the killer saw what it was. Wait. Once he saw what it was? What did you just testify about the shooter? I said they were blind. Oh, there we go. Yet the crime scene itself contradicts that. The killer had to have been able to see. Why would they rub out the name in blood otherwise? May I remind the court that the defendant Machitobe is blind. He couldn't have been the shooter. Well, he still could have been, unfortunately, because Lamiroir was apparently in the room. They could have been, like, working together. If you had an accomplice, that's a possibility. Please explain to me what all this means. Looking at this photo, it seems quite clear that the shooter could see. Yet up until now... Seems I owe the court an apology. The Gaviners are a band with law enforcement ties, yet a murder occurred. During our concert, apparently this caused some confusion over the jurisdiction. As a result, some reports were not filed in an entirely timely manner. I'm not sure I like the vibe I'm getting here. Hey, Apollo, look at him. Why is Prosecutor Gavin all relaxed and smiling? Like he knows something that we don't, and he's about to tell us. I've got an idea. Let's raw with these documents, but before that, I have a question for the Fraulein detective, if I may. What? Tell me, why do you think that Machitobe is blind? Huh? What did he say? What are you saying? Of course he's blind. Of course. He's the blind pianist, right? So he's... Doesn't Lamiroir lead him around by the hand all the time? No way. I have a report here on the defendant Machitobe. According to this, Machitobe can see perfectly well. There we are. His blindness was merely a publicity ploy by those clever Borginians. He can see quite well. You said... What did I say, exactly? Her forehead, not once in the course of this trial have I claimed the defendant was blind. The only one who did was Fraulein Detective. A significant fact, yes. Consider Machitobe sees, and he was the only one who could have fled through the air vent. I see no problems with this. What about the bullet holes in the wall? Ah, yes, the bullet holes. I believe our forehead neatly explained those for us. He didn't miss because he couldn't see. He was the kickback. It was the kickback from the 45 caliber revolver. A simple accident, in other words. How's that? I'm afraid your objection has just flown off for better skies. This is where the real fun begins, Air Forehead. I wasn't having any fun before. Okay. I love Apollo being a monkey. I think that's my favorite. I knew you didn't have what it took. You jerk! Just what was I in here for? Comic relief? Yeah, apologize! Oh, sorry. That's no way to apologize. He angered the Trucy now. Look out! If we could please end the bickering now. Whatever, I'm not leaving. I can't leave like this. I'll come up with some clue to solving this case if it kills me. But your testimony has already given us enough to convict the defendant. Don't say that. Aha, what? This bloodstain. The criminal tried to wipe it off, right? This seems to be what happened. We might be able to find out what was really written there. You could do that? That's right, with this. It's called luminol. Oh boy. Maybe you know of it? It's a chemical that reacts to blood. Ah, yes. Have we done those tests yet? As if I'm gonna tell you. The bloodstains covering...
Pikes Peak Audio tipped $5. Klavier, the witness's blindness report is outdated, Your Honor.
He didn't update it. He just never said it. Thank you for the $5, though. I appreciate it. The bloodstains covered a section of the carpet. In order to perform blood tests, that section was removed and submitted. Perhaps we should request it here in court now. Right, go for it, Apollo. Oh boy. You just have to spray the luminol on it. Simple. A chemical that reacts to blood. I've heard of this somewhere. I believe an analysis is called for. Have at it. Oh boy, here we go. I think it says traitor. Chat, what do you think? I think it says traitor. Actually, don't answer. Actually, no, you can answer that. Wrong answers only. Right, ready? It's easy as pie. Just press A to spray an area. The eyes of the entire court are focused on me. Apollo, your hands are shaking! Oh, gosh, yes, let's do this. That's a bunch of numbers. What? Oh. Wow, it really works. This must be the power of science! It says IPXX314206. That's a police number, ain't it? Is that the killer's name? Maybe it is, if the killer was a robot. Ah, I have it. I thought those letters IPXX looked familiar. This is an Interpol ID number. Most are undercover agents working to solve international crimes. But why would he write that number? Why would Mr. Lettuce even know a number like that? Good show, Fraulein Detective. Rock on. Your Honor, we can verify this number immediately. Daryan, are you out there? Come up to the witness stand. Daryan, you heard what we need. Go check into this Interpol ID number. Give me 30 minutes. All right, 30 minutes. I'm not sure what to think about all of this. The prosecution's case is airtight, so it seems. Yep.
Pikes Peak Audio tipped $5. It says you can pre-order an Abby Axolotl plushie by clicking on this link.
Oh my god, that's what the blood message says? You can pre-order an Ambi Axolotl plushie? That's crazy! We still need 42 supporters. Wow, the victim, Mr. Romaine Lettuce, he was so based in his death. Plugging the plushie all the way to the end. God damn it. That's a true man right there. Damn, that's so good. Yet if this number is really that of an Interpol agent. Oh, wait, I know. What if Machi Tobe really is an undercover Interpol agent? That would be a possibility. A possibility, yes, and one that would mark him as the killer for certain. Why did Latouche know an Interpol ID number? That's what I want to know. We have some time while we await Daryan's report. Let's work on unraveling another mystery, shall we? A curious mystery concerning Machi Tobe. Fraulein Detective, please accept my apologies. I received word that the defendant could, in fact, see just before the trial began. It seemed too much of a bother to tell you. You had me until the last bit. Does that not raise a rather straightforward question? Why did Machi pretend that he couldn't see? Exactly. It makes little sense. What do you think, Air Forehead? Machi Tobe pretended he was blind. Do you know why? How could he know? Wait, Prosecutor Gavin knows why, doesn't he? He's known from the start of the trial. He's been leading us on this whole time. Something wrong? Do you think, perhaps this is all some kind of a game? Yes. Know that the moment I heard that report, I knew why. I suppose people who have sold over 1 million records really are something else. What does that have to do with anything? There was a reason why Machi Tobe pretended to be blind. But it wasn't for his own sake. Getting the picture? Well, Mr. Justice, can you present evidence that shows us why the defendant had to feign blindness? I have a vague idea, yes. A very vague idea. I'm only about like 30% sure on my answer. Machi had no reason to pretend that he couldn't see, which means no, it couldn't be. It seems you've thought of something. I have thought of something, I'm just not very confident. I hate having to take my cues from this guy. Very well, look at this. This is why he was pretending he couldn't see. Take that! Yeah, I got it. The sightseeing, yeah. It's because yeah. Oh! That was a shot in the dark, man. I was not very sure about that. Lamiroir and Machi Tobe. Recall their relationship, in particular, their unique arrangement over the years before visiting our country. Lamiroir and her pianist. They would always walk together, she leading him by the hand. Even when they got on stage, she would lead him to the piano. She would walk all the way over there with him. That's right, because he was blind. She led him at all times, never letting him go. Yet we have just learned something that makes their arrangement peculiar indeed. Machi could see. Why did they have to keep up this act the whole time? Wasn't it part of their performance? I think there's a simpler explanation. Machi did not need to be led by the hand at all. That can only mean one thing. Really, it was all the other way around. The one who needed to be led by the hand was Lamiroir. So you mean to say that Lamiroir she's... Yes, Lamiroir is blind. Holy shit, bro. Holy shit. Here we go, here we go, here we go. My favorite thing in Ace Attorney games is whenever shit goes topsy-turvy, man. Topsy-turvy, it's the best. I love topsy-turvy. We all love topsy-turvy. Topsy-turvy is fantastic. Okay. Is it now? Please shed some sanity on this madness. The defense has made an outrageous claim. The only thing outrageous I see about the defense is his vast forehead. Yet I see it as not vast in vain this time. He's quite correct. That makes no sense. Wasn't she supposed to be the landscape painter in sound or something? Well, since we have her here, why not ask Lamiroir herself? I believe she's still in the witness waiting room. So that's why. God damn it. God damn it, Klavier. Apollo, what does this mean for our case? Don't ask me! I had no idea she couldn't see! I hadn't even imagined it until now. Bailiff, bring in Lamiroir. Lamiroir, it pains me deeply to call you before us again in this way, and yet I must. Please do not be concerned about them on my behalf. Those eyes, she really can't see, really. It is true. How funny it is that a tiny lie born in the Virginian countryside would one day grow to entangle the entire world. As I mentioned before, I have no memory of the time before I became Lamiroir. Know too that my memories began in darkness. The word light has no meaning for Lamiroir. You may recall me saying something toward the beginning of this trial, Air Forehead. I believe I said that it was unfortunate this crime had no direct witness. This fucker. Now, Lamiroir, I must ask you to stand once more. Will you testify to the court about your eyes? It was never my intent to deceive any of you. And may I begin, Your Honor? Yes, of course, though I admit I'm a little lost here. I think we're all a bit lost here, Your Honor. I have no memory of the light. I debuted in a world of darkness and sound. My producer came up with my PR line before he knew this. So silly as it may sound, I had to pretend that I could see. Everyone on my staff knew, of course, but no others. This is a murder trial! It was part of my contract, you see. I was to keep my blindness a secret no matter what. Music is everything for me. I never imagined something like this would... She told us the truth in the beginning, when she said she saw nothing. Very well. Does the defense have anything to add? I'd like to cross-examine. What is there left to ask? There was one thing in her testimony that bothered me. Perhaps it's best that we let you get it out of your system. Someday you'll come to understand the importance of thinking for yourself. Wow! Bitch! Be aware that this court will not tolerate any questions deemed too stressful to the witness. There was only one part that bothered me. Just let me ask about that and I'll be happy. But we're gonna press it all, Your Honor. I'm not just gonna press one thing. Who the fuck do you think I am? Hold it! You don't know why you went blind? I do not. I may have been born this way, in fact. It's fruitless to attempt to pry into her past. And I might add, it's a delicate subject. I'm not sure we can reasonably expect Mr. Justice to do anything delicately. Hey, why I oughta take a deep breath and calm down. What I am now is all that I have left. It is enough, I think. Hold it! Weren't you nervous to hit the stage in your condition? No, not at all. Surprisingly, it felt natural singing in front of everyone. It's not something just anyone can do. She has talent, that much is quite clear. You might even say that she is beloved by the gods of music. Even without light, I live perfectly happy in my world of sound. If that is a talent, as you say, then I thank the gods responsible. What about your PR motto? Hold it! Perhaps guess your music reminded him of the Borginian scenery? No, it was quite the opposite. According to my producer, my music has a certain global quality. Multicultural, if you will. It's hard to pin it to one region. When people listen to it, they picture the country closest to their hearts, which is why my music has reached so many. What a lovely story! Sounds like this producer might have known what he was doing after all. My songs are nothing more than a white canvas. To me, the real landscape painters are the listeners. When I think of that, I do not mind how I am represented to the world so much. Yet one thing quickly led to another. I had to pretend that I could not see. I could see. Was that to protect your image as the landscape painter in sound? That does not matter so much to me, really. But the label is quite concerned about it, I think. A landscape painter who can't see. That's like a pianist who can't play. I'm not sure you can compare your father to Lamiroir. The world of commercial music is filled with these little white lies. Nothing is sacred when it comes to publicity. Oh boy, here we go. When you say your staff, do you include Mr. Latouche? Of course, he was my manager. So he knew, and that's what's been bugging me. Something the matter, Mr. Justice? I believe I know what is bothering our young defense attorney. You're thinking of when you discovered the body. Is he right, Apollo? Yes, I was. Mr. Latouche told me to ask the witness, and he named you. He said the witness can't see. Why would he do that? He knew that you were blind. I don't know. What did I just say? You need to learn to think for yourself. There is no mystery here if you recall everything he said. Think of his last words once more. We've heard them many times along with a little play acting by our defense. I remember them very well myself, but that statement is not to what I refer. I mean what he said before that. Oh my god, they're gonna flashback it again. Don't do it. Okay, they didn't flashback it. Too bad the defense did not. Well, Air Forehead, try relaxing and looking at the facts first next time. Damn, bro. Damn, you just got scolded, Apollo. Shit. Recall Lamiroir's earlier testimony. Oh, I thought I was out of flashbacks. She couldn't have heard those gunshots. I thought we proved that. That's not the most important point here. The moment he was shot, Mr. Latouche witnessed her through that window. Why else would he have named her as the witness? I really did not hear them. 2 gunshots and the man's voice. Unfortunately, such a thing was impossible. The window was closed. We've already run a simulation, of course. But it was so clear. If I heard that voice again, I would know it in an instant. We have the results back from the investigation. We will continue this cross-examination afterward. Detective Crescent, your report, please. Oh boy. I asked Interpol about that number. I'm sure you'll find that answer intriguing. Quick work as always, Daryan. Tell us about the number. Is the defendant a secret agent? The agent registered under this number was Romaine Lettuce. Our undercover Interpol agent was Mr. Lettuce himself. He was apparently in the middle of an operation. So when he wrote those letters, he was trying to tell us his own identity. And a cautious killer tried to wipe them away. Mr. Lettuce was an undercover Interpol agent. So him being Lamiroir's manager was just a cover. There's one other important detail I found. It concerns that .45 caliber revolver. Apparently, it belonged to Romain Lettuce. He had an Interpol permit to carry firearms. And the registration number on the revolver matched. So the victim was killed with his own weapon, which makes sense. It's hard to imagine someone who wasn't an Interpol agent with such a large revolver. So the victim was an Interpol agent on an undercover operation. I wonder how this ties into everything. It's gotta tie in somehow, you think? Yeah, somehow. Thanks for looking into that for us, Detective Crescent. It's a great help. No problem at all, Your Honor. I'll be heading out. Oh, this is where she comes back and she's like, "You're the voice I heard." Lamiroir, is something the matter? That voice just now. Daryan. Mr. Daryan, is it? It was him. I am sure of it. You aren't saying. That voice I heard, talking to Mr. Lettuce when I heard the gunshots fired. It was him. It was Mr. Daryan. Is this some kind of joke? What? No way. The courtroom fell into such a chaotic state the trial had to be suspended temporarily. I've never seen that happen before. Of course, it's not every day that you get an accusation like that one. Lamiroir fingering Daryan. Not only is he a guitarist, he's a detective. Could it really have been his voice that Lamiroir heard? Things were changing fast, and frankly, I wasn't sure how to keep up with it. Hey, no wimping out now, Apollo! To be continued? Goddamn! Oh boy! Hey, Apollo! Well, you know, actually, nothing. I mean, something, or maybe not. Out with it, the suspense is giving me an ulcer! Well, you know, the trial today, I was thinking, if you gave it a score, what score would you give it? Out of what? Like, what are you basing this score off of? Score, I guess I would, no, or maybe, well, I'm just as bad as you. See, it's so vague. Clearly, Machi avoided a guilty verdict, which is something. Though I can't say I'm any less confused about the case.
Bro, this was literally 5 minutes ago.
And the victim, Mr. Lettuce. Who would have guessed he was actually an undercover Interpol agent? What a mess. And we don't have any idea what he was investigating. Well, true, but we know who shot him now. Lamiroir told the whole court.
This also just happened 5 fucking minutes ago.
It's another mystery, Apollo. I love mysteries. I don't. Speaking of mysteries, what's Mr. Wright up to? I wouldn't mind asking his opinion. Now that you mention it, I haven't seen Daddy around. What, is he some kind of stray that just wanders in and out at will? I wouldn't say that, but he has been going out a lot. Where? Some top secret mission. What? Anyway, you can't just rely on him to save the day. Yes, I can! Who says I can't? And you've got me to help you. We'll be fine. Fine. Right. Well, time's a wasting, as they say. Let's investigate. That's the spirit. He's seeing Edgeworth, yeah. Top secret mission. Have to see Edgeworth. Wait, Edgeworth is probably in fucking Germany. I'm just always assuming if Edgeworth isn't here right now, he's in Germany. He's not here. Lamiroir dropped a bomb in the court today. It was Daryan. Lamiroir said she never forgot a voice, right? That's so cool. I guess. What's that called again? Elephant ears? I bet that's why they're called. Okay, somehow I don't think that means what you think it means. And she has to be wrong this time. I mean, look. Those gunshots were right during the concert. That's right. I was burning up the dance floor at the time. Yeah, but it's also the person, like, he's the person that messed up. He was the second guitarist, right? So he fucked up on the mixing board. Did you happen to look up on stage? Maybe at Daryan, even? You bet I did. He's one of the Governor's guitarists, after all. He's so cool. Oh. Right. All the Governors have a rock-solid alibi. He couldn't have shot Mr. Latouche backstage. But Lamiroir heard him, didn't she? She heard Daryan backstage, right? Somebody's either wrong or lying very badly. An Interpol agent. I was wondering, what is Interpol anyway? Huh? Interpol. They're the guys who catch international crimes. This is all connected! It has to be. They keep on talking international these past, like, 3 cases, bro. Come on. Why can't they just call them international police instead of making up some silly name? Yeah, anyway, you think he was investigating Lamiroir? Why would anyone do that? She's not a criminal. She couldn't be. Don't be fooled by appearances is all I'm saying. But remember, I'm a magician, Apollo. I can spot a palmed coin at 50 paces. If only it were that easy. In any case, we know that he was working on something. I wonder if it was something that has something to do with something. That something being our case. The last something, I mean. Something like that. Yeah, sure. Okay. Frankly, the whole thing is making my head hurt. What was Mr. Latouche up to? Who is this? Trucy? Was that another one of your tricks? It wasn't me. I can't even make Mr. Hat laugh like that. Okay. Wherever the mundane gives way to miracles, a word is whispered. Grammari. Hey, the other day... What is happening? Who are you? And could you please stop smirking? It's you, Uncle Valent. He's your uncle! No, silly. It's the great Grammari, Valent Grammari. The Grand Magician. Yes, it is I, the great Valent Grammari, as seen on television. And could you please stop smirking like that? It's been a while, Miss Trucy. 7 years to be exact. I hate this game. My, how you've grown. Good to see you again, Uncle Valent. You look exactly the same. I hate to intrude, but what is a great magician doing paying... oh, wait, sorry, that's Apollo. What is a great magician doing paying us a visit? I believe it was you who wished to see me. So, be quick with your questions. And do not quail, quake, or quiver. I am quite tame.
Though my stardom may sear the sight, I am quite down to earth when need calls. He does have a certain aura to him, that's true.
Let's ask him about the case, Apollo. I want to know about 7 years ago. What happened 7 years ago? There's so much going on. His aura sure isn't lost on our magician in the making. She's practically drooling with enthusiasm. After all, Uncle Valen's one of Daddy's best friends. That's why I call him Uncle. Because of course, it's one of Phoenix's best friends. I fucking hate this game. Daddy, you mean Mr. Wright? No, I mean my real dad. Oh, I fucking hate this game again! Why? I don't need more things to think about. So, okay. Fuck! My theories! My head's reeling. The first thing that my head just came up with is that 7 years ago, the trial that, oh, fuck! Shit! Fuck! 7 years ago, the trial that got Phoenix, fired from being a defense attorney. Well, he said that he left. He put it down because he wasn't happy, maybe with himself and forged evidence, whatever. But, so, maybe the victim of the case 7 years ago was her dad, and he, like, died. And then Phoenix, in desperation to win a case, I don't know, he did some bad things, and then he took Trucy in at the end. So he got fired, and then he took her in because Mr. Daddy died. And then this band gets made. How does this make sense? How does this band just get created also 7 years ago? Fuck if I know. What the fuck's happening? Trucy's real father? He's dead. How much you want to bet? That's why Phoenix took her in. Wait, I guess Miles did not lay an egg? I wish I didn't read that. What the? Wait, Apollo! Don't tell me you don't know about Troop Grammarite. Troop Grammari... no. But it does sound kind of familiar. Oh, lost life, lamentably, listless lad. To not know of the greatest troop of magicians on the planet. Valiant Grammarai, the name began to surface in my mind. It was a name I'd heard on television as a child. You bet you've heard that name! He made a cruise ship disappear and blew up an amusement park. Oh, and he made all of this gold disappear from a safe. And then escaped from a high security prison. You said he is a magician? I open the locks to hearts chained by mediocrity. This is the true miracle of true Grammarai. Wait. What, Apollo? I do remember seeing you on television a long time ago. Weren't you with someone else? Like, a duo? Yeah, you had a partner. Something Grammarai. Yes, Zach Grammarai. A masterful maker of magic, a capable craftsman, a shining showmanship. My daddy. Why is everyone so quiet? Daddy? Oh, no way. Oh, Jesus Christ. Once upon a time, Troop Grammarai included 2 grand magicians. Myself, Valiant Grammarai, and my partner, Zach Grammarai. This Zach was my real dad. A magician, I guess it makes sense. I had no idea. There wasn't much point in talking about it. Not now that he's gone. Oh, I'm sorry. No, it's okay. I'm not lonely. I've got my daddy after all. And you make me laugh, Apollo. Oh! Glad that I'm good for comic relief at last. At least. Meh. Not that I see Daddy around much these days. I've been remiss in remembering my reasons for my visit. Reasons? 2, in fact. The first being, of course, to see you, Miss Trucy. You don't know how happy I am to see you again, Uncle Valen? I'm sure you are. Not one for modesty, are you? When I encountered you at the Coliseum the first time in 7 years. I could fain not contain my emotions. I wept oceans! And to learn you now defend that poor pianist, that blinded boy. It was a hot topic of talk amongst the staff, you know. And defend him you did!
Well, it wasn't all my doing.
I'm his defense attorney, actually. My other reason for coming here today was this.
That's a videotape?
Quite so, a recording of the concert, no less. I brought it for you, Trucy, on behalf of Troop Grammari. While we watch it. Klavier in the background is so funny. Crystal, you shouldn't be laughing.
Wow, it's almost as good as it was live. So, what's the word? Mysterious.
There are more mysterious things than her song going on. Way more mysterious. As Valiant Grammari has good reasons to be here today. But I wonder what his reasons were to be at that concert. Hi, I'm a defense attorney. What's this? You would ask me for a miracle, free of fee? How then thy wish be granted. Thy will be done, thy evidence evicted into the ether. Yeah, no evicting, please. Are all magicians like this, I wonder? I was wondering, that stunt in the middle of the song there.
I didn't see a stunt.
What about Lamiroir vanishing and reappearing?
Oh, I guess I'm just so used to seeing that happen I didn't even notice.
So young to be so jaded. A simple sleight of hand, a petite prestidigitation. Prestidigitation. Petite. A modicum of magic from me to you.
So that's why you were at the concert.
Yes, I was there to watch my trick take to the air. So you're the one who knows how it was all done. Of course, I am like a deity with that stage as my domain. I suffer no mystery upon those floodlit boards, not grasped tightly twixt my fingers. It is a potent, primeval power, I suppose. Okay, well, do you think you could, tell me how it was done?
Hey now, Trucy. That's like totally against the rules, Apollo.
Not during a murder investigation, it's not! Mine, no, for my illustrious are mine. Illusions are mine alone, monsieur. Also what? Recall that the terrible occurrence happened later. Well, after my illusion entranced the audience? Don't even ask. I wonder, I won't answer.
Too bad for you, Apollo.
Whose side are you on? I, Valiant Grammari, now make my leave, Miss Trucy.
There's no need to rush, Uncle Valiant. You should stay a while.
I'm afraid I cannot. I may not. I shall not. I have been asked to assist with an analysis, and so I shall slink back to the scene.
You'll be at the concert venue today?
Correct. If you would call on me, come to the Colosseum. See you later, crocodile. With a whirl of his cloak and a wink of his eye, he turned and walked out the door, normally. Well, there you go, Apollo. Let's get cracking. Right, Valiant Grammar Eye. I've got a few more things to ask him. Foremost among them, that bit of magic that made Lamiroir disappear. And how he knows Trucy and her real father. Man, I thought it was this dude. Oh, is this her real dad then? Someday I'll be as good as a magician as Zach Grammar Eye. You'll see. No wonder she's so devoted to her art. You should have seen him on stage, Apollo. He made things disappear right and left. Poof, poof, poof. Until he even made himself disappear. Cool, huh? Yeah. Is that how it really happened? I need to see Grammar Eye again. I need to see him again. The design. I was just my eyes just noticed that the pins are all cards, and that's kind of cute. So like that guy, which I'm assuming is her real dad, the magician, has the clubs. She has the diamond brooch, and he might have like a heart brooch. So it's just like a design thing I noticed. But I don't remember the brooch that he had. I would have to, it doesn't show it. If he had a brooch, if he had one, I actually don't know if he did. I'm just assuming if they were a duo, like it would all be connected, you know. So who's the spade? There's only 3 of the things represented. Anyway, I need to stop thinking about something so stupid as that. Anyway. That is a really silly thing to think about. What kind of house did you grow up in? I'd hide in there when we played hide and seek. You just get in, slide the sections around, and you're impossible to find. How's Charlie? Mr. Charlie, the potted plant. His leaves are looking a little brown. Good morning, Mr. Charlie. Mr. Charlie, your leaves. Maybe you weren't giving him enough water? No, it must be stress. He's worried about the new recruit at the office. Hey, don't blame it on me. You're watering him, right? It was Daddy's turn to water him this week. Oh, and Daddy is gone. Miss Wright has been away on his top secret mission, no? I'm sorry, Mr. Charlie. This is all my fault. I'll water you soon, promise. How dare. Well, how about some tea? Here you go. Thanks. That's nice. But this is not the time to be drinking tea. That's right. We have to get investigating. That was a close call. We almost relaxed. How dare you? That's one of those hats you pull things out of. My hat's like a little universe, bigger on the inside than on the outside. That reminds me of a sci-fi show I used to watch. Incidentally, my pocket is a little universe too, and my panties. I get the idea. I dusted them recently. Nothing like the gleam of clean books. Whoa, Apollo dusted? I've never seen some restaurants that set out real food on real food to show what's out on the menu. I have to, but I noticed something strange. One time there was a sandwich without any lettuce, like it had disappeared by magic. I'm sure someone just swiped the lettuce and ate it. Wait, that sandwich, you didn't... Apollo, you shouldn't eat sample food no matter how hungry you are. Just how hard up do you think I am?
You know, that ring kind of gets in the way. Our client the other day tripped on it and fell on the floor.
Sent my ring rolling out the door. You know how long it took me to find it?
You know how long it took to calm down the client?
And in the end, they walked out without hiring us. Could you clean up a bit? But don't you think the props give the office a festive, fun-filled mood?
Not sure law offices have to be festive and fun-filled, but sure.
Apollo, this is the right anything agency. As CEO, I want an office that says that we know how to have fun.
I guess it is her office, isn't it? How is your magic act coming along?
I've been working on my cups and balls.
Is that the one where the ball moves from one cup to the other?
That's right, the very same. Here, watch. First, I put one of the cups over this ball, and then I snap my fingers. Ta-da! The ball's under the other cup.
It's not there.
Watch me pull something out of my magic panties.
Nice try.
Guess I know what I'll be doing tonight. Practicing! You can be my audience, Apollo.
All right, I think we're done here. Should I end or should I keep going? Oh, the Sunshine Coliseum. Let's go to the detention center first.
Machi may not be guilty, but he's still a suspect. That doesn't have any decisive evidence.
Yeah, but only someone as small as him could have gotten out of that room.
Right, the air vent.
And he lied.
Lied?
Machitobe can see.
Machi!
Speak of the devil.
He looks like he's doing okay.
Forget it. Why did we come here? It's not like we can talk to him or anything.
Words are overrated. Feelings are what matter, Apollo.
Kind of hard to build a court case on feelings. But since we're here anyway, might as well get what we want to say. Get what I want to say off my chest.
If you need someone to complain to, I'll listen.
I think she's actually worried for me. Oh boy.
What did you think of the trial today? Phew, I'm glad he doesn't understand English after all. If he did, he would have been scared out of his mind by that trial. Hey, all the while that ends well, you have to be more goal-oriented. If he's innocent, we'll win. No, if he's found not guilty, we win. Machi might not understand English, but I bet that he gets that better than you do.
Huh? What the fuck?
I'm glad Lamiroir testified. What a great person. She even got Machi off the hook by naming another suspect.
Daryan of the Gaviners, the detective. I wonder if Machi knows what happened. I mean, if he could follow how the trial went at all, if no one told him that there's a new suspect, how would he know? Hey.
What is it, Apollo?
It's nothing. I must be imagining it. It's just, I couldn't help but feel that I don't know. He could understand us. He doesn't understand what we're saying, right?
He's a young Virginian. He doesn't speak English.
Yeah, but my bracelet is reacting to him.
Maybe it's malfunctioning. Or it's scared because you keep making those I'm so mad faces. Was I that bad?
Machi lied about not being able to see, but what if that's not all he lied about?
If you're curious about it, there's only one thing to do. You should ask him.
I think it'll take something big to get to him. Some kind of undeniable evidence. We'll be back, Machi.
Machi, you can see, right? Machi can see and Lamiroir can't. The whole world's gone topsy-turvy. Sorry, Apollo. I don't think we're getting any information out of Machi. Which makes sense. I guess. I guess it does. So we'll have to present evidence to him, but I don't think we can right now. I think we have to keep investigating and then come back to him. Huh. Alright, well, I would say that this is a very good place to stop. So, we will continue our investigation tomorrow. Thank you, chat, so much for the stream today. I very much appreciate it. We were able to get 5 more pledges of the plushie. Thank you. So now we only need 41 more pledges. We only have less than 6 days, so we have about like 5.5 days left before the campaign ends. So hopefully we can get the last 41 pledges. Even if you're thinking about getting the plushie, just keep it in your thoughts and just think about it. Think about it. It's a cute plushie. And I will see you guys. Oh wait, today's Friday, so I am not streaming this weekend. So I'll see you guys on Monday. Remember, next week's streams are gonna be wonky. I have a trip to New York, so I will be gone Tuesday through Thursday. So they're only, next week is only gonna be a Monday and a Friday stream. I'm sorry, stuff came up. So Monday and Friday stream next week. So I'll see you guys on Monday, and don't be stupid throughout the weekend. Bye everybody, don't forget about the plushies, please, bye.